Yeah. As the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure, to hit the like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. Come on. Where my dogs at? Yo. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation groove? Come on. From my studios to yours, bringing you anything and everything we can. Yeah. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Hey. Let's get it, baby. All right. As the room fill all the way up, understand this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, we in this to win this, baby. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. We're live on multiple outlets, multiple platforms. We also live on IG. Appreciate the IG squad over there. Let me know if you guys can hear me, see me over there as well. And on top of that, we are live on the YouTube and Facebook. What's up, y'all? You know, it was a glorious bye week, right? You know, that was down to brass tacks. Now we got to talk about our team, you know, because after everything is said and done, a lot of people have their thoughts and opinion even about this team. But I'm going to tell you this right now, ladies and gentlemen.
It's an evil world we live in.
It is. It's an absolute evil world we live in, but come on.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still the ball?
Hey.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me,
are you still them boys? Hey.
You can check on me.
Y'all use check on Law.
I'm still them boys.
Hey.
I'm still them boys.
Come on, choir. Where you at, choir? Come on.
Oh, I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys.
Why did he hit that note?
I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys.
All right. So I get a few people to hit me up and say, hey, man, hey, why don't you chill? You know, why don't you, this is what Cowboys do. They look at other teams and lose, and now they want to talk noise. I've been talking noise I was playing that song when we were losing to the 49ers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what I'm saying is that they are known knowns and that they are known unknowns.
But also with all of this, ladies and gentlemen, to be real with you all, that's what we supposed to do. Some people don't understand that you're supposed to be the fan. That's what fans supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen. We supposed to root for our team, support our team, and we supposed to go for those things, even if it seems as if though nothing will be able to see the brighter days. You still root for your team. You still support your particular team. Now, granted, this weekend we had the Lions to lose, which put us in great favors. We also had the Giants to beat the Washington team. That put us in great lights, believe it or not. And we had the 49ers to lose. The only team to win this weekend was the Eagles that kind of kept everything afloat for them. I still say we got to take care of business this weekend versus the LA Rams, and then next weekend we got to take care of whatever handles from there. But we can't overlook things, but we control our own destiny. Let me say this again. We control our own destiny. We control our own destiny, meaning that, ladies and gentlemen, we take care of business. We'll see them when we see them, when we need to see them in week 9. But we can't overlook the doggone LA Rams. They are a ferocious team, right, heading into that light, because now all of a sudden they're getting healthy at the right time. But I know most of you guys came here to hear what Jerry Wayne and things have to say. And we're going to jump right into this part first. So let's listen to Jerry Jones. Let me know if y'all can hear audio.
Give us a little bye-week reflection, Jerry. First 6 games, how did you feel it went? And where would you like to see the most improvement or adjustments through the second half?
Well, I would have liked to have played better against the 49ers. And, of course, watched with interest this entire weekend's games, but certainly that one last night. And you see that it's a team step up there and play like Minnesota did, their quarterback did. But there can be had, the 49ers I'm talking about. And then you also see a Minnesota team like last night that needs to be reckoned with as you go down the road. Hello, NFL. And so I look at where we are, 4-2. I will take it for sure. And we've got better football ahead of us. I don't doubt that at all. No one should doubt that. And we're getting better. And consequently, we've obviously given our team several things to improve in. But we're going to get better. And we can get better when we get in there close in the red zone. We can frankly, we can do some things on big plays. Big plays have been a demon, a nemesis for us in a serious way. They always are, but they have been for this team. And I think we can eliminate some of those big plays. I think we can do a better job of we can get better, not a better job, but just get better. When we get in close, and we have got, boy, do we have a tough schedule ahead of us. And so it's going to be week to week.
Jerry,
No doubt, no doubt. So that proves that it is any given Sunday. A lot of people had the Vikings losing to the 49ers. Now, granted, Jordan Addison, he's a dog out there. He played phenomenal versus the 49ers. And if you can find any weakness to their team, is their secondary. And even though they got playmakers, those boys can make plays, but you got to get beyond their front 7. Front 4 up there is really nice. Their linebackers, they rally, hit, they chase. And you got to be patient with your reads. And you got to hit those targets in the soft zone because they're going to give you that. They're going to force you to make mistakes, but your receivers got to hold on to the ball. They got to get separation, and they got to play with the sense of urgency. So here's another thing that most people forget to realize. Every week there's tape out there. Every week there's tape out there. Let me repeat for the person way in the back. Every week there's tape out there. So how you play a team week 2, maybe week 3, will not be the same in week 6, week 7, or week 10 because there's more and more information of tendencies of what you like to do, and there's this thing called injuries. I'm quite sure if the 49ers had a healthy Trent Williams and if the 49ers also had a healthy Debo out there, they probably win that game. The physicality aspect or the approach and the comfort level of the quarterback would have been there. So we got to look at it like that. And on top of that, you do not win. Write this down for somebody who can't really hear or listen this or know this. You don't win the Super Bowl in September nor October. It set you up. You can say, hey, these are things that I'm seeing improvement on. And what you want to do is position yourself right before the trade deadline is to see, okay, who can play, who can't play, what we can get better at. And the great teams figure things out. Pat Mahomes, hey, yeah, they 6-1 too. as well, right? As well as the Eagles. But they understood that the journey, this is not a sprint. This is a mother-sucking marathon. I almost cussed. This is a marathon. So the marathon says, okay, let's go out there and find a wide receiver to help us out because we are scraping by. We're scraping by on these wins, although they were very much winning games. And the Eagles, I get it. Some people said, hey, Law, Kelvin Byard, trash. Man, I got people to say that, hey, he's a shell of himself. He's 30. Well, in the last 2 seasons, if you add them together, he have 9 INTs. He can go hook to sideline. He can cover every blade of grass out there on the field. It don't make the Eagles worse. It make the Eagles better. He's better than the other guy, you know. So he is a dog, so you're going to have to pay attention to that. Now you're going to have to scout up other things. And if you got teams with better records than you, right, and they're going out there looking to see how they can improve their team, what the world you think we should be doing? Those are the realities of it. It doesn't mean that just because I'm being transparent and objective with my analysis that I'm out on the Cowboys. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that the doggone Eagles going to win every game or the Kansas City Chiefs is going to win every game. It means that the Cowboys better make sure that they do their homework, they do their due diligence. Because one thing I'm going to tell y'all, that if you don't do those things, those teams that go out there and make things happen, they eliminate that guy that be at the door. Who's that guy at the door? Well, that guy's name, excuses. The craziest thing of it all, the NFL is set up in a way that everybody have the exact same money. Everybody, no team have more or less. Everybody have the same cap number. Everybody have the same amount of players on the team. It's what you do with your money. Whether you pay your quarterback more or less, or whether you pay your running back more or less, or whether you go and focus and build your team around offense or defense. That's how the NFL wanted it to be, parity in the league. Whether you go out there, and this is the craziest thing most people don't understand, there's no salary cap as it relates to coaching, right? You can hire whoever you want to hire as coaching. But far as teams, the 53 guys that's on your team, or the 63 or the 69, I believe, collectively on your team, it's your responsibility. There's people right now listening to me with their check engine light on. There's people right now that their car been giving you indicators that, hey, you got low tire pressure. Oh, I'm good. I made it yesterday. And you know how this world works? Just when you get the right opportunity, just when you get the right phone call for that interview, and you've been riding around with low tire pressure. Oh, I can make it. Boom. You get a flat tire or blowout. Now you're 30 minutes to an hour late for that interview. And the craziest thing about it is better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. There's people that's listening to me, understanding this and knowing this, and still will go drive around with low tire pressure. They still go for a long journey with a teaspoon of gas in their car and not be prepared. And it's always that one that's prepared and ready for the moment that get the job, that get the interview, that get the things in life that most people saying, oh, that person is luck. That person is just lucky. No, they prepared. So you got to prepare yourself. And I'm not saying that this team is not prepared, by the way. Let's listen to more what they have to say. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Will there be major adjustments made philosophically to get the red zone in big plays offensively, or that stuff is already in there and it's just a matter of execution?
Well, I think it's important to adjust for who we're playing, and I don't think you excuse that any question. But we go week to week on making those adjustments. But I do think that just from execution and from technique, we'll get better.
Jerry, I liked Mike's formula with what he was talking about and preaching early in the year. Defense is one. We're going to control, limit turnovers, and run the football. I really liked it when I thought that the defense was potentially special before Diggs went down. So my current question to you is your defense still good enough to play the way that Coach wants offensively?
Well, you mean is it as good as we had hoped it would be?
Yeah,
sure.
Not still good enough, but as hoped it would be. Now, you have to be realistic when you recognize that with our teams are going to come at us in the run game. It's a given. And so can we, as our personnel gets games under its belt, will we be better on the run? And I believe we certainly will be. We've got some players that size up in the middle. We got some players that are got the skill set that can evolve and play better. So I think we can do a better job against the run. And scheme will have something to do with that as well. So that's yes. I think we can play better defense, and I've got a chance. And not that has been the one thing that we're missing. We're across the board with areas that we can improve in, and so in that sense, I am looking forward to. Looking forward to how we evolve.
Get it, Jerry.
Again, it's going to be week to week for us. But when we started this season, if you had told me we would be 4-2 at this particular time with these things staring at us, the challenges or the lack of some of the challenges that could be out there, I'd give it. I don't want to start over. Let's take what we got.
So when you see,
he said, "You don't want to start over. Take what you got." Yeah, 4-2 is nice right now. What I want you guys to do is on the X app or Twitter app, you can go up to the top on your search bar and just type in trade, and it will pull up all of the things that you probably tweeted about trades. And I want you to go and just look at what you had to say back in 2017, 18, if you've been on Twitter that long, or the X app. And in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, boy, I went back and looked at myself, and I was saying, man, we bounced some great ideas. The Cowboys should do X, Y, and Z for the Honey Badger. The Cowboys should do X, Y, and Z for this particular player. The Cowboys should do X, Y, and Z to go grab this particular DB. Oh, we need help at stopping the run. Boy, we be some great armchair GMs on what this team should do. And every year, I kid you not, I promise y'all, man, I don't like this team at all. I don't like this team. I love this team. And every year, it's the same song and dance. Now, granted, we appreciative of what they did with Big Hanks. We appreciative of that. We appreciative of what they were able to do with Stephon Gilmore as well as Brandon Cooks. We're not putting a poo-poo on that. But every year we can see little small things. It's the little things that you do that make me want to get with you. All I want to do is the zoom, 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 and the boom, boom. It's just the little things that you do, So what I'm saying is I look back and I was sitting there like, man, boy, if we just made this little move right here, it would have helped us out down the stretch. You got to have foresight sometimes. You got to forecast your team a little bit better sometimes. But Jerry, he gets satisfied real quickly. It don't take much to not satisfy or please him, But it goes back to this point. The last two seasons around trade deadline, he was saying, hey, man, we almost got this player to agree, but we couldn't come up with the numbers, and the time escaped us. We didn't have enough time to finish out for that deal with Brandon Cooks. And the year before that, and then it was also Jerry Jeudy was on the trade situation conversation for the nation. It was also a DK Metcalf. I can't make this stuff up, but it is what it is. Let's go. Let's listen to more what he have to say.
See a team like a San Fran lose to a team we think is bad in Minnesota, or Philadelphia lose to a Jets team that you guys handled pretty easily. Does that kind of ease the pain of an Arizona loss, knowing that this happens throughout the league?
Well, first of all, your question was when you see a team like San Francisco, that's the loss I was thinking of when I was watching San Francisco. And so that doesn't ease that pain.
Let me pause it right quick. Shout out to my people over there on the Instagram. He says, Steve over there says, go get Danielle Hunter from the Vikings. Now, now that will please us and move us to having Parsons to play more at linebacker. Yeah, I mean, here's the ultimate situation with the Cowboys. Put WLOG in the chat. We like our guys. And I think that that's even a lie there. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's not we like our guys. I think it's literally we love our guys. And to me personally, I literally see nothing wrong with that. We do a great job of evaluating talent and getting talent over here, but it's just that extra step that you have to sometime improve on. But yeah, Hunter will drastically improve this team. Robert says we need a guy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we can see some things right now, and I get it. We are scared because we've been burned. We've been burned, man. Joey Galloway, man, shoot. Hey, he had good knees over there in Seattle Seahawks, land. We fooled around and gave up the world. You would give them the world. We was Osiris. We'll give them the world. He came here, and then he had bad knees. He had bad situations with legs. I think he only played about 2 or 3 games, right? So the Cowboys, they like, man, I ain't finna touch this no more, right? He went to the Buccaneers. He got good knees again, right? Hands on your knees, hands on your knees. And then we said, all right, well, we got burnt with that, and then we talk about getting the Roy Williams, the wide receiver. He was good for the doggone Detroit. We was like, okay, that would be a good guy for us. He would help us out. Came here. He started bossing dads around. Hey, man, hold my pad, hold my helmet. You know what I'm saying? They had to create new rules. Like, come on, Roy. And Roy dropped a real nice pass, too, in one of those games. We were like, come on, Roy. So we get burnt, man. We do get burnt. But that doesn't mean that we got to stop trading altogether. And I get it. The whole thing about Brandon Carr, he was a good Carr in Kansas. But he was an all right Carr over here. If you look at his stats or what have you, he wasn't terrible. But the contract, the money was $50 million. Shoot, what do you think he is, Chelsea Clinton? Yes, indeed. Shout out to you, Harvard. Appreciate you on the Instagram. Yeah, Brandon Carr scared the hell out of the Cowboys. Hey, man, that was the last time we made a move. We were like, nah, man, maybe it's too many R's on the car. I don't want to receive nothing else like that. Too many R's, and that's what happened when we do these type of acquisitions, right? We don't 9 times out of 10 win on the trade, but we want to win the deal. And I think the Cowboys collectively are a little gun shy as it relates to that, But James JB over here on my YouTube says, nah, dog, he was just a bust, man. Yeah, what about Terry Glenn? Yeah, may he rest in peace, man. Terry Glenn was good for us. During the Parcells administration, things began to look a little bit more competition-wise, right? They removed some of the political parts of football, but he was only here for a short stay. I'll go to my grave, and make sure when I die, y'all put that Cowboys star on my tombstone. But I will say this, though. If you had Parcells for the length of years that we had Jace and Garrett, that would have been at least 2 to maybe 3 Super Bowl appearances, and maybe 1 ring out of it at least. But let's listen to more of Jerry. Let's listen to more of Jerry from here.
Those, first of all, on our record, those losses will bite you, boy. They'll be there at the end, and you'll wish you had one of them that you could have gotten back. So I think I look at that. On the other hand, what I look at more than anything is how we're playing and are we evolving. And our principally is, do we have young players that are stepping up and getting better? That's paramount, and we do.
Jerry, do you still feel like you guys belong in that upper echelon conversation of NFC contenders with Philly and San Fran today? Do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Well, we belong in the upper echelons. I'm not going to say that we belong on the field with San Fran, and we haven't played Philly, but I'm anticipating Philadelphia being what they look like, and so I don't want to go that far, but we're in the upper echelon.
Man, bull sugar, man. I like you, Jerry, but we belongs on that same field. We belong on the same field as 49ers. Yes, they blew the doors off of us, though, 42-10. But it's just like my guy. Well, Uncle Charles, Uncle Charles, where you at?
Sacrifice, don't give
up.
Everything will be all right on any given Sunday. Yeah, depend on you. If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
So Jerry, man, we blew the doors off of Minnesota Vikings last year, 40-3. 40-3. And if we have to play the Vikings this weekend or something, I truly believe that the Vikings, after they just beat the 49ers, they're not finna say, hey, we don't belong on the same field, man. Hey, you know, they're going to try to lace them up. So I don't want us to be defeated of a team and walk around and say that we would never. They had our numbers, and they beat us in every single category. But a prize fighter, even though he's fallen, he knows that he got one shot at it. Continue to swing, Jerry. Where's that maverick heart and spirit at? We just got to look. There's more and more tape out there now. Now we know what we got to do. And, hey, if people are saying that Dak Prescott is the black Kirk Cousins, you know what I'm saying? Well, we just saw Kirk Cousins carve up those Niners, you know? So if he can do it, the black Dak Prescott, you know, the black Kirk Cousins can do it then. Come on, let's go, baby. Sure. yeah, hey, show of hands who was still dogging the doggone Kirk Cousins last night. You know, is Dak Prescott still the black Kirk Cousins? Or that done changed? Or is it somebody else now? Let me know, y'all. Yes, indeed. Or Dak had to pick up the phone and say, hey, cuz, man, you got to do something against them Niners, man. They done beat me down. I'm going to call my big cousin on y'all.
Jerry,
go.
Dak played probably his best game of the year against the Chargers. Just, you know, really efficient, made a lot of big throws. Does this team, do you think, is their success going to be dependent on Dak's level of play? So in terms of, are you guys only going to go as far as Dak's play will allow you to go?
Yeah, but I think Dak will go, can elevate his play with his supporting cast. And that's trite even almost to say that, but it will elevate his play as we have better execution in the offensive line. We've got some things to work on from last week in the offensive line. But his play will elevate as he gets help, which is not help, but as we have less breakdown and more success there. And then, of course, big play and field position that the defense would like to provide is a big part of what can make Dak tick.
Hold on, I got a funny chat from Lunar Love over here on the YouTube. She says biracial Kirk Cousins, cuz. but Lunar Love did also point out that Kirk Cousins did put up good numbers against those Eagles. You know, let me know this right here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Did Cam Akers play when the Eagles played the Vikings? Because Cam Akers, man, I was watching the game. I was sitting there like, man, he see hole, he creases, he get upfield. He was doing a great job out there, and I don't think he was on the field at that time. I like what Cam Akers was able to do. Cam Akers is pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. And the Vikings, they look at it like hope. They see a good opportunity to catch up to the Detroit Lions. Sometimes when you go down, you begin to slip, and then you slide, and then you fall. The Niners They slipped last week with the kicker, Jake Moody, and he had the yipes or yeeps, yipes, whatever Jerry says it, And so I see a lot of people says, no, Cam Akers wasn't in that game. It's something about being able to run on the outside. And if you look at fronts similar, the Eagles front and the 49ers front are similar with the pressure that they like to provide. They don't have the same kind of caliber of linebackers, but they do have that same philosophy on how they play with their fronts, getting pressure up front. And what I was seeing last night, I was seeing those positive yards, those extra yards that Cam Akers were able to get. He's Cam Akers when healthy. He's a damn good running back, ladies and gentlemen. And it's all about, I don't give a dog if your team is not eligible to get hot in September and October. But if your team start getting hot in November and December and your team fizzle out, we'll see what the Lions going to look like now after they got that embarrassing loss. But we will see, and this will be a great study, a case study. Because now the Vikings say, hey, you mean to tell me there's a chance? We doing these type of numbers without their number one wide receiver, Justin Jefferson. Let's listen to more of Jerry Jones. Appreciate everybody, and be sure to check out 105.3 The Fan.
And you're just hearing it said with different ways, with different voice inflections coming from me as opposed to Mike. But they got to compliment each other and got to compliment at the right time. And so, but I think we have a group that, again, is evolving. I think we have a coaching staff that can make the adjustments that need to be made, not only week to week, but in the ball game. And I think we've got the flexibility in our repertoire of plays on both sides of the ball to make adjustments during ball games. That's a lot to say right there.
Jerry, when you look at the trade deadline coming up for Halloween, there's been a lot of national discussion out there, different articles written saying, it looks like the Cowboys could be one of the more aggressive teams out there on the deadline. Do you anticipate making any moves over the next week or investigating any of that?
It'll have to come our way. I don't want to preclude it in any way, but it always does. You have a lot of machinations that you're working with every day. I do. And but the initiation of an opportunity to make a trade at this time that would help us principally has to start over on the other end. And
what do you mean?
So that's not being showing a lack of aggressiveness. It's just that's where it starts.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Jerry, I get it. We want to win the deal, but sometimes you're going to have to pick up the phone. Sometimes you can't handle football like you handle businesses, Whoever make the first call, lose the deal or what have you. Sometimes it's better for you to make that call. Show a little interest in the areas of your weekend, even if it's just a filler, Even if you dazzle them with brilliance and baffle them with BS, right? You going to have to sometimes change up and switch up your philosophy. Who knows, man? Maybe a team say, man, I'm willing to get a 6th round or a 7th round draft pick. It may not be a 1st round draft pick. It may not be a 2nd round draft pick. Sometimes you can get off with a steal. But you got to make that call initially, Jerry. 9 times out of 10, people don't want to call the Cowboys because y'all will rub it in their faces. And y'all did it before. Nobody want to become the Vikings. Oh, the great Herschel Walker trade situation. And nobody want to become quasi about how you did the doggone Raiders in 2018. When you made that, we made a desperate move when we were 3-5 and we said, hey, Now is fire and brimstone. Let's go ahead and pick up the phone now and call for Amari. And then people were asking, hey, you know, what you going to do when it's time for the draft pick, the draft season next year? And then y'all was saying, hey, we're going to be watching the highlight tapes of what Amari Cooper was able to do. Boy, we came off with a steal. You rubbing it in people's faces. Get your deal and keep it moving. Don't talk about it as much. You might have to go back and get somebody else. You know, low-key, that's what Howie did with the doggone Titans. And they literally stole doggone A.J. Brown from them. And then now they went and stole another guy from him. You know, that's what we're saying.
Thief! Stop! Thief! Come back, thief!
They ain't rubbing it in their faces because they got to go back to that watering hole. They might go back again. Hey, Derrick Henry, we'll give y'all a 6 and a 7 for Derrick Henry, you know. So all I'm saying is, Jerry, sometimes you're going to have to be transparent and vulnerable just a little bit and get out there. I made the analogy just the other day. You see the pretty girl on the dance floor, you got to at least go over there and attempt to dance. She may be eyeing you. You eyeing her, and she eyeing you. But you send your buddy over there. Now she walks off with your buddy. Come on, Jerry.
I like where we are with our personnel today, and so I'm not thinking in any way that we need to upgrade our roster.
Jerry Jones
like
here
our
on the
guys.
Fan. I'm curious, Jerry, if you could take us into a second.
Rewind this one more time.
Jerry Jones here on the Fan. I'm curious, Jerry.
Start. I like where we are with our personnel today, and so I'm not thinking in any way that we need to upgrade our roster.
Yeah, your answer
Jerry
go,
Jones
ladies
here on
and
the
gentlemen.
Fan. I'm curious, Jerry, if you could take us into a second layer of that. Philosophically, why react to someone bringing the trade to you versus saying, we know this is an area, we should go out and get this? Why that philosophy?
Yeah, why that philosophy? Break it down.
Again, it's you're laying in wait, so to speak. I have areas on the team that, but we could, if certain circumstances happen, that you might improve. So you, though, know that your best chance to get it done is when it comes by you and you grab it. So that's just generally speaking. To go out and push it, the odds of getting it done at the price or the trade conditions or the just the price that you would expect is dreaming.
Jerry, we
We can't say anything because if they squeezed him a little bit, he would have been able to say,
Get your damn act together.
He would have went off on him, you know. So we just gonna stay put, and I get it. Right now, we have the ultimate trust in the coaching staff, and the ultimate trust in the players to get things done. So the only way, like I said, the only way this team normally make any movement and trades or what have you when it's back against the wall, fire and brimstones, you know, because the comfort. There's no pressure from the owner to the GM, and no pressure from the GM really to the actual coaches. See, in every other organization, and I'm not breaking this down to poke holes in the Cowboys organization structure, but there's always should be checks and balances, right? So normally how this is supposed to work, and I said this just the other day, is that the owner applies pressure to the general manager and say, hey, why did you want to pay this man $60 million? And why did this guy don't have a trade clause on his contract? Meaning that we're going to be focusing only on him. Just to be objective to those who are out there with my analysis. And also, why are you not in there trying to bring better players to this team? What you mean that you're going to pay and franchise tag a guy that's hurt, that's injured? Everyone, write this down. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And some owners, and I'm not saying that this owner is not saying these things, but there's no applied pressure from above. So what happened here, ladies and gentlemen, some owners will look at their GM and say, hey, winning regular season games is fine and dandy, but we want to win ultimately the Super Bowl. We want to go deep into the playoffs. And my friend, your house on this homestead over here will not be here if you continue to only get us to the playoff or only get us to X, Y, and Z. I get it, I understand. You got a little junior and you got, X, Y, and Z going into this school. But you might as well start looking for a house elsewhere if we don't get these results done.
Ask you this every year, and I know what your answer is going to be, but we have to ask it for the first time this year. The reputation was, Jerry Jones, gambler. He's going to overpay. He's going to go overboard. He's going to outrule everyone. And now the Cowboy reputation out there is way too conservative, and they're not going to be aggressive whatsoever. To that, you say what?
If you looked at the overall picture, you would see risk taking very much in my profile and very much in our profile, and I'm confident that we've got the balance right. There are times when you take more risk, you go forward a little bit. There are times when you kind of keep it close to the vest. I don't lose a lot of sleep over whether I'm leaning too far one way or the other there.
Absolutely. All I can say here is, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining. There was a movie came out many moons ago, and I've been bringing this movie up every year. And the name of the movie is called Time. I think, who was the actor? Justin Timberlake. He played in that movie, right? Or whoever played in the movie. It was a real good movie, by the way. And currency wasn't money in that particular world. Time was, right? And in order for you to, live beyond time, you will have to work for your time. Everybody lived to the age of 25. Everyone lived to the age of 25. And what happened was it Justin Timberlake that played in that movie? Y'all help me out. Real good movie, by the way. No one aged over 25. Out of Time is the name of the movie. The Mandela effect done changed the name of the movie up so many times. But I want to say this, though. To make a long story short, when he was given a whole bunch of time, he moved differently. And he had to skip time zones to get to where all of the rich folks and the wealthy folks were at. And in his time, he was always being careful. He was always being reckless because those people had to understood. They knew that they had to live life a different way. They had to hustle. They had to make sure that, hey, we go to share time. They were more sharing with each other. They were more in communication with each other. The name of the movie is In Time. Whatever the name of the movie in this multiverse that we are in now. Yeah, it was Justin Timberlake in this multiverse. Okay, great. So Justin Timberlake, fool around and I think he got a billion hours or something like that. And he went to another side of time where everybody else had a lot of time. Them people moved so slow. They moved casually. They didn't press. They didn't run. They didn't skip. They didn't hop. They was just all chilling. They kept everything close and safe to their vest. Why? They had all the time in the world. They didn't have to work sun up to sundown. They had unbelievable time. So when they saw this young kid moving around, they said, hey, he don't belong here. He's not in the right time zone, man. He's too reckless with his approach. But one of the ladies who was a controller of all of the times, she was the daughter of the guy who was like the doggone Elon Musk with Bill Gates times, you know what I'm saying, each other. She fell in love with him. Why? Because he was reckless. He lived on the edge. Jerry Jones moved like that doggone dude in this movie. You know what I'm saying? The older guy, not the younger guy. The younger Jerry was moving around like the younger Justin Timberlake. Now Jerry is moving around like, hey, everything is fine. We okay, y'all. Look, we're going to stick to the course. I trust my coaching staff. I trust that my players and on my team is going to be okay. We just got to overcome this. Hey, if we coach it up right, everything will work out right. I like our guys. Or WLOG in the chat, hashtag double LOG. Oh, yeah, billion times, whatever. I know I'm righteous supreme, my bad. I'm all over the world with this analogy. But that's just how Jerry Jones moved, without a care in the world. And to be fair, Jerry can literally say, hey, man, I'm 81. I'd have hit the lottery of life. I bought this team when we had $144 million. Why will I listen to this dude that's yelling into a mic on a YouTube page, you know what I'm saying, that probably haven't even seen $1 million, right? Why would I listen to that guy? And we done flipped $144 million to $12 to $15 billion. I done won 3 Super Bowls. I got a gold jacket. I got a yacht. I got a helipad, you know what I'm saying, with a helicopter. I got a $3.5 billion facility where all players go in just to work out in. And then on the other side of the world in Arlington, I got a $4.5 billion playpen with a football screen of 60 yards. This dude probably have a TV screen of 85 and he think he's living large. I'm not listening to this dude rant and rave about the team. I'm the owner over here. I do what I please. That's how sometimes people can look at it, you know? And you're probably looking at it like, who is he? You know, I'm not finna change my mind. Look, I work for a company. It's hard to tell people who make $80,000 what to do. Some people, you can't tell them what to do when they make $45,000. I remember growing up or what have you, working some jobs, you could be having a job that the supervisor get paid 50 cents more than you, and you can't tell them what to do. Who's on a job like that? You getting paid $10.50 an hour, the supervisor getting paid $11, and they bossing you around, you know, and you try to tell them what to do. No, they ain't listening. So Jerry probably ain't even listening to us, you know. Come on, y'all. He definitely ain't listening to us, because at the end of the day, it may be 27 to 28 year drought for us, but within those time frame, he done made Hall of Fame. He done bought all of those things that I just mentioned. Let's talk about the Rams. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Can y'all hear the audio?
Right now is a difficult time to play the Rams, in my opinion, because I think Matthew Stafford is feeling it. He's got 2 receivers now, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end, Tyler Higbee, all of whom are playing very, very high-level football now. I think the Cowboys are going to have to score in this game to win this game. And look, I think Dallas is a better team, no doubt about it. Dallas, coming off a bye, will be maybe a lot better team. But the one thing that the Rams can do is to be explosive in the passing game. And anytime you play Matthew Stafford, you know, there are a lot of games where he reminds me of like Dan Fouts, you know, where he can change a game in an instant. And so I think this is a very, very big game for Dan Quinn, and it's a big game for a corner group that, you know, without Diggs, they can be suspect. And so I think this is a really big game for Dallas's defense and putting pressure on a quarterback. And look, this is not a famous team. You know, they've only got one player on defense who was picked in the top 2 rounds, and that's Aaron Donald, one starter on defense who was picked in the top 2 rounds. But they're playing way above their pay grade right now. So I think they're an interesting team. And and it will not be an easy game for the Cowboys.
No, that's Peter King. Shout out to him. That's on 1310 The Ticket, breaking down the Rams. They are a team. If you look at it, they are a scrappy little team. They're 3-4. They still have playmakers. Let's not be fooled with what he's saying there. They do have those guys that's on that side of the coin that we can all talk about and look at. But they're 7th in offense. They're 24th in defense. And the special team, they're 18th. We had a slow start to the season. Of course, Cooper Kupp, he was injured. He was hurt. But they had some guy named Tutu and a guy named Puka. Tutu and Puka. Both of those boys been balling a little bit, and now they got some reinforcement. And I said, just like anything we do in life, all of a sudden down the stretch, that's when teams want to get healthy, right? That's when teams want to make sure that, everybody come back healthy. So by the way, when we play the Dolphins down the stretch, watch, Xavier Howard will be there, doggone Jalen Ramsey will be there all of a sudden, and then the whole front five, I think they were missing 2 of their starters on the front five. Them boys will be well healthy by the time we play the Dolphins, but that's just how the cookie crumble, so I look at it like this. Can the Cowboys beat the Rams? Yeah. Matter of fact, the way that Dan Quinn want teams to do is to throw the ball. If they refuse to run and they want to throw that ball all over the field, if we can apply pressure, knock Stafford off his mark, he's really not the scrambling quarterback that he used to be. Get him to throw those ill-advised throws. Yes, we're going to miss doggone Trayvon Diggs out there harassing the wide receivers. But for what it's worth, Bland is playing great football, in my opinion, for a second-year cornerback. Gilly, I just don't like him on deep overs. I don't like Gilly on crossing routes. But anything vertically and man-to-man on hitches, comeback routes, my guy Gilly been doing his thing. But, this will be a game where we're going to have to make sure we bring out our heavy artillery. Now, their running back, was it Karen or Karan? I'm messing up that man's name. Karen, y'all say his name in the chat. Help a brother out from Mississippi. He's hurt. He's not out there. So we eliminate them from running. Shoot, we win. And I don't think they got a C.J. Anderson, out there the last time we played them when they really beat us down. But last year when we played them, we were able to be successful and force that team to be one-dimensional. Let's listen to the rest of this, and let's go, Cowboy Nation. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This audio right here, Peter King.
And to your point, if the Rams do score and have an efficient day offensively, it puts pressure on Dallas to score some points, and they haven't found it yet offensively, have they?
No, and I think that is one of the things that, and again, you don't want to put all of the pressure on Dak Prescott, but I think in this game, I think Dak Prescott really is going to have to find a way to score 25 or so, even if it means he uses his legs more than he normally would. Because this is a very active, fast, feisty defense he's going to be going against. So I think it's important that the line. I think it's very good for the offensive line that they're coming off a bye. They'll probably be as healthy in this game as they will be the entire season. So I think those are the things you look for this week. I think Dak Prescott being conscious, because he may have to, of making some plays out of the pocket, making some plays with movement.
No doubt. Peter King is right on his analysis. I think that Dak Prescott going to have to get comfortable sliding out of the pocket sometimes. In this past game versus the Chargers, we seen Dak Prescott play without the seatbelt. We seen Dak Prescott play without mom and them in the car. You know that analogy. When you have the passenger telling you, hey, you're going too fast. Slow down just a little bit. Hey, did you just run that yellow? Can you stop and slow down? We trying to survive here, you know? Hey, you did a rolling stop at the stop sign, right? But sometimes when you're driving by yourself, you don't have to worry about hearing all of that. Be a little risque. You see a yellow light, some people, to drive right through it. Drive right on through it. Shout out to those who stop at the yellow light, though, you know? So what I'm saying is that gave us a little bit of that last game. What we were saying is take some of the precaution, right? And take some of the risk. Keep the ball, RPO that thing, make the defense play a little honest. You see a pass, and if you're going through your progressions, and if you like a certain coverage, and if it's a one-on-one situation, go ahead, take the risk. Throw that thing deep. Throw that thing in a circle. You know? Nobody want this statue type of quarterback with mobility. Playing like, hey, he's only playing for a contract. No, be a little risque. But don't be too over risky. I know that they're going to crucify you if, you know, you throw an interception. Everybody else can throw those things, and, you know, he can't. But you got to be a little bit more risque. You know, that's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I got some super chats over here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. I got Jay Versick with the first super chat. Law, did you check out on Twin? Did you check on Twin? I'm going to give him a day, man, to heal, you know. Yes, indeed. I feel you, though, man. I ain't going to beat him up a little bit. He should be good to go around Thursday, you know. That's when me and him go live. So after a loss, I'm not going to pour in on him. But I will tell you, that, guys, just for those who don't know, my brother is a diehard 49er fan, and they lost the other night, you know. I give him a little grace, man. He give me a little grace, so I'm going to give him a little grace. But I still talked about those Niners. Hey, I know he part of notification swat up, but yay, y'all going to hear me talking about them Niners. Lord Nova says, yo, Law, can I get my wrench? Go Cowboys. Hey, next time you out here, I would definitely take a look at that, Lord Nova. I'll definitely take a look at you getting your ranch, man. I appreciate you, bro. You've been a long supporter of this channel. I got Glenn Capers with the super chat. Whatever the Eagles paid to A.J. Brown, it wasn't enough. He
ain't lying.
They talked about it. You know, they gave that man $100 million. And right now, I'm going to be on record. I'm just saying this real talk. That brother should be in the conversational pool about being MVP. The Eagles 2 years with him, phenomenal with him in the roster because he provide that extra security blanket. He's like a tight end / wide receiver / 50-50 guy that helps improve Jalen Hurts. He helps improve. So Jalen Hurts, 1-2 read guy. Hey, if it ain't there, third read gone, man, I can close my eyes and just throw it to AJ. Something favorable is going to happen, especially on a non-route. So, is it Dre? Shout out to you for the $2 super chat. He says, we need Jared to lean forward just a little bit. Yeah, I know what you mean when you say that, too. Jared, lean forward right here, man. Yes, indeed. You're going to get me counseled over here with Jerry, you know. But shout out to Jerry, man. And we got another super chat. Got another super chat from Brandy. WLOG equals no moves to be made. You ain't lying. We like our guys, or we love our guys. WLOG should be placed all in the chat there, ladies and gentlemen. Trade Dak for Purdy, this for Murphy Brown. You know, there's a no trade clause, and there's a lot of money that will be involved with that. And basically, to be real, I got multiple 49er fans saying that they would have had a Super Bowl by now if Dak Prescott was in their system. They watch more 49ers football than we do, so I'll take their word for it. You know what I'm saying? Trent Matthews says with the $1.99 for your mind super chat, we don't have a Jason Witten in its shows. Well, the tight end will always be a security blanket. If you go back and watch the game last night, the 49ers versus the Vikings, TJ was doing his job. TJ was doing his job, Hawkinson. Was he a homegrown guy there? No, they traded for him. They traded for him. Yeah, Trent Matthews, appreciate you. So what we like to do at this point, I appreciate everybody for tuning in for all of these great conversational pieces here. Let's tune in to this right here. I had some other things I was going to talk on, but we already went long at this point, so might as well get your thoughts, get your opinions.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for line. Keep it super thorough my way.
We got McDonald's at the house. Appreciate you, Amp. Appreciate you. We got McDonald's at the house. If you don't get that reference, ooh, you don't have kids. Yeah.
There are 2 participants in the conference.
Yeah. There's a room fill up. Be sure. Smash the like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go. Phone line 657-390-7391. That's the hotline for your mind. We got the first caller from the 803, Coach Marv. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, brought to me by Prize Picks. Talk to me.
What's going on, Law? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, all is well.
Law, I said that I got three topics. One is not Michael Gallup.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
There is not another receiver, not another third wide receiver in this league to get as many targets as Michael Gallup.
Okay.
Now, I sent you a thing on Twitter where it gives a receiver target.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you go through all those receivers, other than maybe running backs or tight ends, and you look through that in the last game. He got more targets than any third wide receiver in football.
Right.
In any team. And I said well before the season started, when everybody was talking about Tony Tolbert and Gallup, and we got to show up and he got to prove. I told people that a third wide receiver, if we collectively between Gallup, Tolbert, and Turpin get 65, 70 catches for about 800 yards and about 8 touchdowns, that's perfect for a third wide receiver.
Right.
Collectively,
yeah.
But we, and on our team, we target the third wide receiver like he's a number 1 or number 2.
Number 1 or
number 2. And we're the only team. There is not another team in this league that would have threw the ball 10 times. One thing about third wide receiver, he got to get in when he fit in, and we want him to make a couple big plays. He may get 3 or 4 targets, but not in 30 passes. He's going to get 10 targets, and if he catches a big play and get a touchdown, fine. But the ball is going to.
What if I told you this, Coach Marv? What if I told you that you may perceive or look at him as the third wide receiver, but the Cowboys are looking at him via pay as the number 2 option? He's the second wide receiver.
He's going to make more money than Cooks.
Huh?
You gave up something for Cooks. Plus, you're paying Cooks about $18 million a year.
True to that, but they want to see what they can get out of the $60 million guy, right? Because his overall salary is not that equivalency, right?
If that's the way, we might well just cancel all this talk about Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. Because if that's what you think, if that's their thinking about football and winning football games, that can never work. That would never work.
I know, Coach, because the way we see it, we see Michael Gallup. We love the guy on and off the field, right? We love him when he's on the field and he's making those crucial catches. But we see him. We always see Michael Gallup as that third option, right? But the Cowboys probably looked at him always as he's the second wide receiver. That's why they were so willing to get rid of Mari Cooper and elevate CeeDee Lamb, and you look at CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, right? So although we know that he's a third option from our observation, but from the Cowboys' observation, he's the number 2 wide receiver on this team.
I'm gonna say this though, Lord, and this is the last statement I make by Gallup, right? And I'm
Right.
to next.
Okay.
I just hope, and you know, I'll never rip Dak Prescott.
Uh-huh.
I just hope that Michael Gallup ain't his boy, and he's trying to keep him there, and he's trying to make him successful.
Hey, I hope not. I hope I hope not.
That's a real. That could be a real true thought there.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this too, Coach Marv.
He got the ball in his hand.
Who's more valuable, Michael Gallup or Cedric Wilson, on this team when they both was out there?
Michael Gallup had better stats
than Cedric Wilson.
Cedric Wilson got his. You know how Cedric Wilson? If you go back and look at Cedric Wilson, he might have got 50-some catches, but he might have been targeted 1, 2, 3 times a game, if that much. He wasn't targeting no 8, 9, 7, 9, 10 times. And
never
then he was
targeted.
play.
Yeah.
That's what, and look, with San Francisco last night.
Uh-huh.
When it got down to crunch time, matter of fact, I'm gonna ask you this question, Law.
Talk to me.
And your brother knows that. Who is third? San Francisco third wide receiver. I know Aguilar. I know you got the two guys when Debo playing, and you got my man. Who is the third wide receiver?
Jennings.
And he may get 1 or 2 passes a game, and if you make a big play, good. That's what we get. But the ball 90% of the time going to the guys that's supposed to get, and everybody know why they're gonna get the ball because they're not gonna get their stars out the game. And then if he get a play, get something to eat, he got to do something good with it. Okay, that's you know. But I'm just saying, it's crazy. I never seen the third wide receiver in any other team. It's something different in the whole NFL.
But here's the other thing though, and my brother says all the time. On third down, Jawan Jennings is going to get that ball. They call him Mr. Third Down, and he's a third down catching machine over there. And I was like, yeah, and if you look back at the first time we played the 49ers in 2021, he killed us. And then in 2022 last year, he was the third down guy. He always figure out ways because it's all about confidence and proof of matchups. And normally your third wide receiver, if he's going against your slot corner or a safety or a linebacker, depending on coverage, because normally people roll coverage or bracket the number 1 and number 2 receiver, your third down wide receiver supposed to be that guy that can catch those crucial catches, though.
Yeah, and he may do that. He may get some good crucial catches 1 out of every 5 or 6 games, but it's not every game.
True.
And I can't say 1 game, 2 games. It might be 3 games. You might got to, but hey, when it comes down to it, the plays are made by the players, by the stars.
By the stars.
So
You're right.
Again, with Ferguson, a lot of people talking about, well, you know what type. You can't make plays. Nobody throw the ball to you. I mean, if you can't, one thing about a receiver, if the ball not thrown to you and you don't make no plays, people look at it and say, well, man, he got 1 target.
True.
Why Ferguson giving us what we need? But hey, if you don't get the ball thrown to you, you can't make plays.
True.
That's the bottom line to this. And I think this kid is a good kid and he can play well. And the last thing I want to talk about the game last night and the Rams game. Last night, Minnesota showed you what I said. And I told you earlier, last time we talked when I said, if they don't try to run the ball and just be physical, they'll get wiped up. But they didn't run the ball a lot, but they were committed to running it. Yeah. And they were committed to doing everything 90% from under center, and every pass, it was a fake like it was a handoff.
True.
75% of their passes and they got those linebackers to step up, and then they got passes across them. Just to get those linebackers to step up. Gave them some.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. But they were committed to trying to run it, and regardless if you stuffed them, they still was committed to running it. And that's when you got a big bad like that, you got to bust him in the mouth, and you can't be scared talking about what he done to somebody else.
You right on the money with that, Coach Marv, man. Hey, we appreciate you.
Teams bust them in the mouth, and then use their quarterback to make safe throws, use their tight ends to attack their linebackers. But that's what now. Going into the game against the Rams.
Go ahead.
The Rams are committed to running the football. I don't care what running back they have back there. They're committed to running the football. We must be committed up front to stuff that, and Stafford will give us the ball. Yep. He would turn it over. But you got to stop the Rams from running, because if they run, they're going to do the exact same thing I said what Philadelphia did, what Minnesota did yesterday. They're going to play action you to death, and they're going to get those Cooper Kupp and the other guy across the middle and down the seams, because they're going to get you overreacting to the run because you don't feel quality to stop the run. So it comes down to being a physical team on the run. Now, that trade thing when you talking about, Law,
go ahead.
I don't. It could be something that they can maybe do something maybe to help their team. But I gotta say it like this: we went into the season saying we probably one of the deepest teams in the NFL.
Right.
And they believe that, and I do believe that. It's all about a mentality type thing now, and they got to get their mentality together, and they got to push through this. But I heard Nate Duke say the one thing the other day is that, and he said he's not trying to hush on guys. Times are different. No doubt. One thing Jimmy had with them that he can do, right?
What's that?
He could tell them, we talking too much and shut up.
Yeah, no doubt.
And sometimes we talking too much.
Appreciate you, Coach Marv, man. Thank you so much for calling in. That's Coach Marv, y'all, from the 803. Just to piggyback off of what he said is just sometimes, you just got the real G's moving silent. That's the best way I could put that down. Far as the Cowboys, and I've seen someone posted that Jawan Jennings had 9 targets last night. That's because Debo was hurt, right? We're quite sure that, if Debo was out there, there's no way that he would have more targets, that many amount of targets. Christian McCaffrey, he is a quote-unquote slot wide receiver, running back / a force multiplier there. If it wasn't for him, the score would have looked even more of a difference out there. Last night also proves that, hey, without your offensive line, there is going to be some, hey, what's that moment with your quarterback? Without your weapons, hey, what's going on now? So instead of the quarterback of being a near MVP status quo, is now looking like Mr. Irrelevant. So I'm not saying that he would be like the Cinderella, because he did play okay last night. He didn't play terrible, but he did have those INTs that most teams, like most 4-letter, 3-letter network people, are going to sweep under the rug. But I got my guy Darius that's on the line. And before I let Darius go, keep in mind the Minnesota's Vikings head coach, he was once with the L.A. Rams. So that's why you see some familiarity with the Rams and what the Vikings are going to do or try to do against us this weekend. All right, I got my guy Darius from the 214. You live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. Talk to me. You in the mix.
Well, I've been missing you. I've been missing you a few days.
Okay.
So I actually have a lot to talk about, but I'm a split it in two calls. So I'm a probably call back. I'm gonna hit you back Thursday.
No doubt.
So
no
I'm
doubt.
just break it up like that.
No
So
doubt.
I just want to let you know that Sam Acho on the 4-letter, 3-letter, 20-letter network said that Justin Herbert is overpraised.
Sam Acho, not Emmanuel. The Sam.
Yeah.
Sam got more sense than Emmanuel, but keep going.
Sam Acho said another quarterback outside of Dak Prescott was overpraised.
Okay.
Joy said the same thing. Shay Sharp on ESPN said that Lamar digressed after his MVP season.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about a quarterback That's not Dak Prescott. You feel what I'm going with this? So I'm
did they talk about the money though? Did they talk about he ain't worth the money and he's trash and he ass? Did anybody say those things, man? Is anybody talking about the playoff wins and these sorts of things? Is anybody saying that about Justin Herb? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so glad you said that because I forgot about those points.
Yeah.
Also, what Shay Sharp said was he started to progress after he got paid. But before this season, he was digressing after he had that MVP season. But what they were saying about Justin Herbert was that some of his play, if you look at his playoff record and if you look at the money he's been paid, it's not matching up. That's the reason why Sam Acho said that Herbert is overpraised. So I know Dak Prescott gets a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
But he's not the only one. I have facts to prove it.
Well, let me know this though. If that's just now then, right? What year this is for Justin Herbert, by the way?
Probably three.
It's about his fourth year or something like that. It's going into his fourth year. We've been hearing this since year one with the Cowboys, Dak Prescott. We've been hearing this since before he got paid, after he got paid. People don't want Dak Prescott in the silver and blue with the star on the side of his helmet. That's what I've been saying. They've been talking about the man money. They said that literally he wasn't worth the money when it was $20 to $25 million. You know what I'm saying? I remember hearing those type of things. But somehow someone that plays for another team can slide right under the radar, get paid $250 million with no playoff wins, and not nobody mentioned it until now. And it could be the only reason why they mention it now is because people like me, and because people are bringing this up saying, hey, where's the fair? Where's the equilibrium at? And that's why they probably now changing their stance because Parsons also brought that out. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro.
This is my thing. This is what I'm going to say about this. Quarterbacks since the beginning of time have gotten all of the praise, and all of the criticism. I'm just trying to bring some measuredness to this. I get that that y'all feel like Dak Prescott is the public enemy number one, and he might be, but it's not to say no, he is.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't ever want it to get it misconstrued that no quarterback gets this. That is a part of the NFL. A lot of quarterbacks get criticized because of the position. I'm just letting y'all know. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but it happens. And this is also what I'm gonna tell you. Mm-hmm. Once you get deep into your career, like once you get to about year 4 or 5, if you don't have a certain amount of playoff wins, and if you shrivel in big moments and in big games when the team needs you the most, it's like the book and your reputation is going to start to get written. Like you're going to start to develop a reputation of, oh, he's not this or he's not that because of what you've been doing in your first 4 to 5 years. Now your talent will get you in the door. People love Justin Herbert because people love Lamar because of his talent. Josh Allen because of the talent. Joe Burrow because of the talent. The talent will get you in the door.
Yeah.
But what you do after you get in the door is going to determine the book on you, who you are.
Well, those two things, all two things can be true. And the 4 quarterbacks that you just mentioned, all 4 of those guys got something in common, and they were all drafted in the first round, right? So the levels of expectation should be already higher because these are first-round talented guys. And on top of that, I'm glad that somebody mentioned that about Lamar Jackson. But Lamar Jackson himself, I think that the Ravens did a very much so misjustice to that particular team. They really never provided wide receiver talent for him. Now, granted, Zay Flowers is out there now balling, and I like the way that they are pretty much structuring that particular team. And they stay true to their identity. They allowed that brother to play his kind and caliber of football, to be that quarterback that can evade and elude. They didn't try to say, okay, since you're here, we want to make you a pocket quarterback. We want you to throw from the pocket and these sorts of things. So I do get that. But far as the other quarterbacks that you mentioned, hey, they supposed to be up there, right? They first-round draft caliber, first-round picks caliber of quarterbacks, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
because I got 2 more points.
Go ahead.
I just want to let you know that because I know my time is real short, so I just want to let you know I got 2 more points. My other point was, Law, lately, you and MJ, y'all been cooking, man, especially you, Law. Like, when it comes to your assessment on this team, I'm like, oh, my gosh, this dude is a man of my heart, man.
Appreciate it.
When you be talking about, when you get to talking about the real, like, problems that this team has, the real, like, they've been real complacent, not trying to get nobody. Like, bruh, Law, you have been on point when it comes to your assessment on this team lately, not being complacent, not just sipping super sweet Kool-Aid. Law, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, and you still see that we have a need for other players. And by the way, your assessment about Mike McCarthy's play calling, let him sit in there. Don't let him go over to Schottenheimer. Don't, because I remember you was talking about some, he's going to Mike McCarthy's
Principles,
going to have
concepts,
So, Mike McCarthy, stay your ass right there. Your ass is getting exposed.
Yeah.
Your ass is getting exposed.
Hey, like I said,
everybody
man.
in the chat is Team Mike McCarthy. Everybody been Team Mike McCarthy.
Hey,
Mike McCarthy.
hold on, Darius.
Yeah.
Let me say this
Yeah.
now. If you are Team Mike McCarthy, put MM in the chat. And if you team, I guess, no Mike, because we can't say KM, Kellen Moore anymore. So if you team no Mike McCarthy, let me see NMM. So I would say this, though. 2 things can be true. Darius, I always keep this little extra, clothes out in my back pocket. 2 things can be true, right? This principle, concept, and scheme might have worked in the 2015-14, but maybe time has caught up with him.
I wonder
maybe
who was saying
maybe the
that.
NFL done caught up with him.
Crazy.
Hey.
Crazy. Oh, he won the Super Bowl.
He did.
He got a Super Bowl.
He did.
Yeah. How does it look like that coach won the Super Bowl? Does it look like it?
Hey,
that was a long ass time ago.
It was a long time. It was Methuselah time ago. But I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey, our offense is better than Kellen Moore's right now, and LA Chargers offense.
That ain't saying much.
They got a better quarterback and everything else over there. Hey, I appreciate you so much, man. I thank you so much, man. Let me hear you say it or something, man. Let me hear you say it, man.
Man, how about the Cowboys?
Yes, indeed. That's my guy Darius, man. Oh, man, he gonna give me a hard time, man. That man got a memory like an elephant. He gonna call me out, man. If y'all still team Mike McCarthy, put it down in the chat. I done seen somebody said, hey, man, low key, I would like to have Jason Garrett back. I was like, wait a minute, come on, man. And he was not Darius, but his name is Cowboys Due Diligence on Twitter. He's a good follower. So I'm sitting here like, what he talking about? What kind of context do he try to bring to the table? And I'm sitting here like, nah, man, don't be prisoners of the moment. Mike McCarthy is doing things that we haven't done in 30 years over here, And truth be said, even in the pandemic year, pandemic, don't cancel me Instagram and Facebook. But even in those years, you know what I'm saying? In that year, we only was 1 game out of being the divisional champs. The Washington team won the division, and they only won 1 more game than us in 2020. But ever since then, we've been 12-5, 12-5, back-to-back playoff appearance. So let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let me do this.
The conference has been locked.
I got Natasha. You're live from the 615. Talk to me.
What's up, Law? What's up?
Not much. Just chilling.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
Okay. All right. I got one little thing. I was looking at the game last night, and I was like, "This is interesting." How was Debo didn't play, right? And
No, Debo didn't
was
play.
the other Trent?
Trent Williams didn't play.
Had,
Yeah.
Heavy hitters, starters didn't play, and of course, some of them was like, "I'm not gonna panic." We got 17 games, or 16 games, 16, 17 games. And, we're going to take it one, week at a time. And I'm like, well, what about our O-line versus the Cardinals? Our O-line was out. pretty much like Stephen A. hairline. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just gonna just, conveniently, like, not even, but it's, we already know how that goes. I think one thing I do want to say about football in general is, you have to know it's always gonna be one side, one side this way, one side the other way.
Right.
And it's hardly ever in the middle. But as far as the players and production, each team, no matter who it is, even the Eagles out here, they screaming that Gainwell. I don't watch much Eagles, but I guess he not playing well.
Yeah,
you
Kenneth,
got Titans, they screaming Tannehill instead of Tannehill. They better beat him. We over here screaming Gallup. You ain't galloping. We screaming Tony Pollard. You know what I'm saying? What you do? Are you hurt? You still hurt? You just, you know what I'm saying? What you doing? So each team, we have a player or that said player that we want more totes. We want more carries.
Right.
We want more rushes. We want more this. We want more that. So, I think we just got to realize at the end of the day, just like who just beat the Dolphins Sunday night?
The Eagles just beat the Dolphins. Yeah.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
The Eagles. Now, you see how that was a close game, but at the end, it's like, a win is a win, so we just got to, like,
figure out a way to win.
Just focus on the stuff we can focus on,
Natasha, let me say this, though. When you go to a basketball game or when you go to a football game, you hear people yelling. People yelling, pass the ball to Shaq. He's down low. Feed the baby. Feed the baby. Even though we yell out things, but I think that collectively, that is what fans supposed to do, right? Or when a wide receiver drops the ball, we like, we yell and say, you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to, when we see a basketball player going down low and he lays it up and somebody pin it against the backboard and you say, hey, man, you're supposed to yam that in there, So I get it. I think that there's never 100% of the time fan base is all going to agree. I get it. Every single fan base have their warts and they yell and they be and moan about stuff, right? So what I try to do as a content creator, I take some of that, I use some analysis, I use my fandom hat too, and I try to compel a story to make it at least somewhat entertaining because I can't change Jerry's mind. I've been yelling for the last 10 to 15 years. Put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor. I know he done heard us, but he ain't listening. He ain't listening.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And it is our job to call you out. Whether when you do right, when you making those catches, when you're not making those catches.
True.
If you want to sit down and pout and cry, we gonna call you out, and when the O-line is out, you say, well, the next man up. So that's the excuse. You know what I'm saying? I get it. And as you said before, injuries do matter. And in that case, they don't matter with us.
No, they gonna give us.
You know what I'm saying? Like Sean Lee, we already knew when he was out. We was like, well, we already knew how that game was gonna go.
Right.
We knew how. It's like. But, at the end of the day, I might get in my car and if I don't have a steering wheel and I can't actually steer, I might have to freestyle or Flintstone it. I still can get there. I might have to Flintstone, but I'm sick, but it's going to take longer.
It's going to take longer,
So it's the same thing. It's like, I get it. Somebody's hurt. You got the next man up. You got to still play, your style of football. You get no excuses. Don't matter. We get it. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to look at the perspective of everything. Like, I think the trade, the few things that we need to work on, like the trade, and we talk about that and trying to find out what we, what McCarthy's, he's trying to do with the offense, West Coast, East Coast, West Side, whatever. But so yeah, that's all I had to say. I'm
Yeah. Hey, I know. I feel you, Natasha. You know, hey, people have influences. You know, social media now got major influences. I thought, I grew up thought Cheesecake Factory was a high-end restaurant. Now Cheesecake Factory, Lord, Cheesecake Factory is like now, a chain restaurant that if you take a lady to a Cheesecake Factory, she gonna turn up her nose. She gonna be mad at it now. That's influences.
Take me to the Cheesecake Factory. I wish you would say no. That's too much.
That's too much, huh?
Right. Yeah. Take me to the Cheesecake Factory.
No doubt. Appreciate you. Thank you. Let me hear you say it. Let me hear you say it before I let you rock.
Let's go, Cowboys.
Yes, indeed. That's Natasha. Yes, indeed. She said, hey, take her to the Cheesecake Factory. Hey, bump all of the other ladies out there saying, don't take me to the Cheesecake Factory. You must be out your mind if you think Cheesecake Factory don't got good food. They got good cheesecakes too, man. It'd be some big blocks of cheesecake. You can take it home and eat for about 2 or 3 days, man, if you buy the whole cake. I got No Clone Tyrone in the house, man. Talk to me, man, from the 202. Brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix.
What's going on, Lord?
Nothing to it.
Hey, man, I got something for this week. I ain't really see the game last night, but I did see the loss against the 49ers, and I heard what CeeDee Lamb said. CeeDee Lamb was basically saying that if we open up the offense by high-low, like you hit him some plays, across the middle, and that's what he most dangerous at anyway, or whatever, because he had the safety over top. And Cooks was, he was invaluable in that game, or whatever the case may be. But for the most part, we're not giving Jalen Tolbert no chance. I feel like Jalen Tolbert needs to take that third receiver role away from Gallup, because Gallup, he, at this time, the whole nation at this time is basically saying Gallup ain't really, progressing, or whatever the case may be. So, right now, I feel like the Cowboys at this point, we ain't really playing good. We playing good defense, but we kind of disguising that, not having that linebacker. We need a thumper, and we could have got that linebacker in the,
Roquan Smith, man. Every time I think of it, last year I'm thinking of like, man, if we just gave up a 3rd round, 4th round draft pick, we're not even using none of those 3rd and 4th round draft picks this year. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Overshawn. He may be a good guy, what have you, for the future, but he ain't no Roquan Smith, right? So when we start talking about teams in general, kind of like to Natasha's point, we do get mad at players, right? Yeah, we get mad at this team, and we do understand, like, we are a great team. We are a good team, I meant to say. I'm not going to put greatness around this yet. But we know if we were 12-5 last year with the likes of a Noah Brown, right?
Right.
And with the likes of LVE, you know what I'm saying, that linebacker. If you just make a few moves, man, and get another wide receiver that can greet the ball with his hands and come down and make a contested catch, right, and don't have parquet fingers, right? And if you had a linebacker who's willing to shoot through A gap or B gap to make the quarterback pay, and also to be able to cover hook the flat, and if you do catch the ball in the hook area, to make you pay, then we would have been even more of a better team. And sometimes you don't have to give up the form. But you got to pick up the phone, and that's what we were saying. Like, this team at its face value, yes, 12-5 is our ceiling.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But we can be better.
What I was saying about CD. Like, CD, if we get 3 bread and butter plays for CD and 3 bread and butter plays for not for Cooks and what's the boy name? Got his name already.
Gallup? Tolbert?
Yeah.
Turpin?
Nah, Tolbert.
Yeah.
Turpin.
Yeah.
We need to get them boys involved. Like,
you do.
Gallup, he clearly, like I said, I like Gallup. Gallup is a good player, but he ain't showing his potential. And we need, like, at this point, we putting a Band-Aid over, just like you were saying last week, a couple of weeks back on the final word. We known for putting Band-Aids on the defense, and we known for putting Band-Aids on offense.
Yep.
And we starting to get exposed, like with a running back. He's not no thumper in the middle, and we using Pollard the wrong way. Pollard need to be used like McCaffrey, and we don't have the personnel on offensive line because the offensive line is kind of like in a shuffle. So it's like we suffering from the stuff that we did.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Cowboy. I love him, but Jerry Jones. I love Jerry, but sometimes I don't like him. But Jerry got to make the right decisions, and if we just gotta get better as a team. Like right now, it's not. I don't see the cohesiveness, and I don't really see us. I don't see us going too far if we continue playing like this against these good teams. I think if we play like this against Philly, we ain't gonna go far.
Yeah, man, I just think that, some teams just don't match up well with others, right? The defensive coordinator versus the 49ers, he's 8-1 versus the 49ers, right? The Sean McVay of the world versus the 49ers, he's 1-9 right now. You know what I'm saying? And right now under Mike McCarthy, he is like 0-2 versus the 49ers, or 1-2, something like that, versus the 49ers. So it's one of those things, whereas we ourselves sometimes just don't match up well with teams that know how to exploit us. But we can't paint ourselves into a corner, and we can't say that this would be that it will always be. No, it's any given Sunday, bro.
Not gonna always
it ain't gonna
like
always
this.
be that. Yeah,
It gonna always be like this. I feel like we gotta get back to football. It's just like what y'all was saying it was a couple of weeks ago. Y'all was saying it's on the final word that we need to get back to football. Possibly need to stop talking about what he gonna do and just do it.
Just do it.
We just need to get back to football and just stop being friends with everybody, because back in the day, Jerry Rice and Michael Irvin, they don't like each other, and it wasn't because there was something else. It's because we wear the Cowboy jersey, we wear the 49 jersey. We playing football, and right now it's too many friends, too many swaps with jerseys. We just ain't playing football right now.
Man, well, hey, I feel you, man. I thank you so much for calling in, Oklahoma, Tyrone. Appreciate you, man. You have a good day and a better tomorrow, bro.
Yes, sir. How about the Cowboys?
How about him? Automatic, man. All right. So, good call from him. And hey, y'all, we are 4-2, not 2-4. Shout out to you, Small, that's in the chat. So I get it. Right now, the Cowboys, we're heading into the Rams week, and I think that, me personally, I think that we match up well against those boys, and I'm on the optimistic side of it. We win if we play our brand and caliber of football. We take over the TOP. We run the ball to open up the pass. There's nothing wrong with having a play action style quarterback. Let him play freely, and we win this game. But if we make this game too big of a moment, then we lose, right? And injuries are a part of the game, right? So when people are talking about trade pieces, we're thinking down the line, depth purposes. Nobody want to see who will be the next DB to come in if something strange happened, And we also seeing what's going on with Jordan Lewis in certain coverages. Those are things that we see with our eyes. Not saying that Jordan Lewis will ever play the same way that he always been playing, but, it's just one of those things. I got Rico, then we have MJ, and then we have JT. Rico, you're live on the Nation from the 919. Spit your mind.
What's going on, Lo?
Man, all is well, bro. Can't complain.
That's good. Glad to hear that.
Good stuff.
Look, I want to piggyback what Coach Mars said. I agree with Coach Mars.
Okay. At
the beginning of the year, we all thought this team was deep. And I think we got some players on this team that we can use. And in the last couple weeks, you've been on fire. I got to give it to you.
Appreciate it.
Like you were saying, like about 40 ounces. He's a physical runner. You go back and look at his college tape, but you won't know it if he's standing on the sideline.
Right, true that.
You know what I'm saying? And then about Michael Gallup. Dallas ruined Michael Gallup. He brought him back too fast. He hurt his other knee. He's playing with no confidence.
True.
Look like Dallas would say, you know what? Dial him back in some. Split some of them. I ain't gonna say just bench him completely, but
facts.
Split some of the snaps with Tolbert and see can you jump start both of them.
Right.
And then offensively, as Cowboys fans, we gotta realize this is the first time we changing from what we've been doing a long time. Because Kellen Moore was just doing basically the same thing.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So And the offensive line, is new blocking scheme.
Yep.
And then they can't stay together, and then you put in a new blocking scheme, so the time and everything is just off. And practices ain't like it was years ago when you could do
two a days
and all that. The one criticism I have on Mike McCall, I felt like he should have played the starters more in the preseason.
Facts.
And maybe we would be a little bit ahead of what we are now.
Another
because
fact.
What we doing now, what we doing now is offensive.
You cooking, Rico. Keep going. Keep going, man. You cooking. Keep going.
We trying to learn each other and new schemes and trying to get everything fit.
Facts.
In the line of fire.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And to be 4-2, you can't really complain. Somewhat, I do agree with Jerry on that. We 4-2. I don't agree with everything Jerry say.
Right.
But I do agree with that part. And the thing with Dak is that I've been hard on Dak. But when I saw the way Dak played freely
right
last Monday night before last, that's the Dak I fell in love with. That's the Dak I said, oh, man, I like that Dak. And after he broke his ankle, we put him in a shoebox.
True.
You got to turn him loose. You got to turn Dak loose. And to me, if I'm Mike McCarthy and I'm Dak, you got to go to that quarterback and say, hey, what plays do you like and feel comfortable in certain situations? Them the ones we're going to call. Or them the ones you can audible to if you don't feel comfortable with our call. Yep. They got to get on the same page. Got to get on the same page. And the last thing is, defensively, Jordan Lewis coming back from a broken foot. It's gonna take a minute.
Right.
And we were talking about the depth we had at corner.
True.
What happened to all them other guys? Number 24, I can't speak his name. I heard somebody else talk about him. Man, what they do to him? They throw him away.
I think he in somebody's dog house or hen house, outhouse. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
He played good for us in the playoffs.
He did.
What? He can play in. He can play out. He's physical. He can play some safety. And I'm like, we got players that we can use, but you got to play them. And you can't sit there and say, because we paying one guy this much and we paying another. That's the part. Now that part right there, I don't put that on Mike McCarthy. I don't put that on no coach there. We know who all that comes from.
Hey man, I appreciate you, Rico. Man, this was a great conversation right here, man. And I take some of your thoughts, man. All fair. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, Long.
Good call from him, man. He was squeeze them out just a little bit fast. We still got 11 callers in the queue. I would say this, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, he's right on all points right there. No rebuttal. Basically, just want to add to. Yeah, sometimes the only thing that I can say with Jerry is what we're saying. It's for Jerry to just pick up the phone. We good with what we got, but sometimes you can get a little bit more. Just pick up the phone and make some calls. Now, Rashaan Evans or Rasheen Evans, Razor Evans, Roll Tide, I messed up that kid's name. He may come right on in and fit this team like a glove, right? And we'll praise him for it, right? We'll praise him. We'll absolutely praise him, And what we don't want to see, if he get out there, the team looks good, and all of a sudden somebody else come back down, you're benching them. We don't want that to happen. We don't want the political warfare in football to happen. But what we're saying as fans is that allow us to be fans too. Allow us content creators to be fans, right? And spit our minds. But when we put the analytical sides on, hey, we spitting what we were seeing from tape. And the tape you can't refute. If a player is not eligible to catch the ball between two defenders, or if the player is dropping and running wrong routes, then let us talk about those things. And that's the same thing to be said even with Dak Prescott. If he's not going through his progressions right, if he's playing too tight, you know what I'm saying, and not playing loosely, we're talking about that. But we also contextualize it that, hey, he's under contract with a no-trade clause. So yelling, benching him and talking about get rid of him is not the card that we have to play right here, because that's not realistic. All right, I got MJ from the 206. You live. Talk to me.
What up, Law? What up, Law? How you doing?
Man, hey, man, all is well, bro. Can't complain.
Well, I want to jump right to it real quick. You got to remember, your team is deep, Law. You're not playing your safeties. You got all them safeties. Just think, if Philadelphia had a chance to have Rooney on their team,
Wanye,
he'll probably be a star playing for the Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they had to draft. They didn't have no safeties. We got all the safeties. So right there, we outnumber their safeties. We got like 4 safeties. Now, only thing we missing was our corner.
True.
The corner, you should be playing 24 a lot. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying you should be playing them on the outside and 26 in the inside.
Fact.
Now you got a thumper linebacker that didn't want to play for Philly, and Tennessee didn't want to play him. Just like Tennessee didn't want to play this safety. That's why they got rid of him. The next guy they might trade is Simmons. Knowing him, you know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. That's the guy. That's the next guy. I'm being honest.
You don't get on there. Pick up the phone. But see, here's the thing. We can talk about Derrick Henry. We can talk about Simmons. And we can talk about the guys that's on other teams. But they ain't finna call the Cowboys and help us, You got to sometimes pick up the phone. That's all we're saying. And they probably be willing to say, we'll give you X, Y, and Z player.
Yeah, because he's doing a fire sale right now.
True.
Because that dude don't like playing. He don't like playing them players. You see what I'm saying? So you might have a chance at Simmons. But the main thing, like you say, if the corner. But if you want that corner from Denver, he's going to want a number 1 and number 3.
Yeah.
And then Dallas only have 2 picks.
Right.
Number 2 and probably 7.
Yeah.
Or 6. That's it.
That will slam the door. That slams the door. Because we got too much pride. We got too much of, hey, we the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we ain't going to pick up no phone to call Denver. No way. They need to call us.
No, they ain't going to pick up the phone and call Denver. Because Denver still think they got a chance because that coach telling them, we're going to, this is the National Football League. And then that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I was pissed at Dan Quinn because Minnesota defense ain't that good, and everybody that played the Cardinals been stopping Cardinals, but we can't stop the Cardinals. Why we can't stop the Cardinals on running plays? That's what I'm mad at on a running quarterback. The sorry Minnesota defense played them. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody else is stopping him, but they make us look like a fool. So right there, Dan Quinn get an F. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be lucky. Last week, San Diego had 2 bombs on us. If number 11, when they got that pressure on that quarterback, that'd have been 6. Our safeties is they're not playing good. Our safeties playing out of position. You know what I'm saying? So he better get this defense right, or we're going to lose some games because he ain't got our secondary playing. He trying to be too cute, and he won't start the right players. Now you got this thumper linebacker. If that thumper linebacker ain't playing this week, shame on Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn like playing them little boys, and them little boys gonna get their butt ran over. And then one more thing, the coach gotta call better plays, man. I don't want to see my number 20 running up the middle all day. He need to switch it up. He got fullbacks. We got everything, man. The Cowboys ain't got no excuse. We got everything we need, and we just ain't playing them players. That's why we losing. Favoritism. 18 is your possession. 18 can get that possession and keep them first down moving. You can tell he was getting separation. Number 13 is not getting separation. That's why we lose it. If you favorite too much,
one more point before I let you go. Yeah,
we gonna lose. Oh, and the last point, what Darius said, Dak Prescott was the darling of the NFL. The first year, second year, third year, fourth year. He stopped being the darling when he got that big contract. Salute. How about them Cowboys?
All right, how about them Cowboys? Appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Yeah, you must forgot about 17. But we got some transactions, man, that happened, and I love hearing this. I love seeing this, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so hold on before I let anybody go on. Breaking news, the Cowboys made some signings. They have signed tight end Eric Schaubert, Drake, 2017 fifth-round draft pick. And on top of that, they signed a linebacker from Texas A&M Buddy Johnson from the 2021 4th-round draft pick, and they also went and signed a guard named Chris Glazer from Virginia from 2022's undrafted free agent pool, and they also signed another guard, Adam Pankey, West Virginia, 2017 undrafted to the practice squad. All 4 practice squad. Come on. So we signed 4 practice squads, and that should hush some of the Cowboys people who say we don't sign anybody around this time, Cowboy Nation. Because we're going to do some film analysis and some film sessions on Eric and on Buddy Johnson, and as well as Chris Glazer, and Adam Pinky, you know what I'm saying? So one of these guys going to the Hall of Fame, man. One of these guys going to be the next Terrence Steele. One of these guys going to be another Deron Bland, who was drafted, by the way, but didn't really, what was talked about on a high level, you know what I'm saying? So just maybe, it could be Buddy Johnson, Come on, baby. All practice squad is undefeated. I see you, Coyote. Hey, y'all better leave the Cowboys alone. Y'all better watch out. We are practicing with practice squad guys. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some all-stars for us, but check it out. I did post it to the top of my page on my Twitter. Shout out to Nick Harris for this transaction news of the hour. So that could be the reason why we let some practice squad guys go. And now we got 4 new fish out there in the mix, baby. So y'all better be careful. Y'all better be careful. We making some moves, man. Hey, my guy over there on the Instagram said,
"Look at this, Law.
Hey,
Law.
Hey.
Law.
We're making moves, baby.
Law.
Let's go, man.
Law.
Let's go.
Law.
Let's go, baby.
Law.
Hey, man. We on our way up, baby. You better watch out. You know what I'm saying? Them practice squad guys gonna do some things for us. You just never know. Cavante Turpin was once a practice squad guy, I believe. So y'all better watch out. Cowboys, Will McClay doing his thing. He the cheat code to this. Ain't this right? I got Illmatic from the 706. You in the mix, brought to you by Prize Picks. Let's go.
Law, you got me cracking up, bro. Man, listen, man. I listened to Jerry's interview. Law, get your boy, man. You on that wine, man. It's too early in the day. Jerry on that wine. Listen, everybody else is upgrading. Everybody else getting great players, and we sitting back because we think we got good players. Now, as far as free safety, we've been hurting the free safety for a long time. Malik ain't cutting it back there. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Law. It's like he can't read the middle of the field for some reason, and in the middle of the field is where teams are picking us apart at. And we got a bunch of good safeties, but they're mostly box safeties. If you really take a good look at them, you talking about Wanye, you talking about Izzy, you talking about J-Ron and Donovan, all those guys are box safeties, man. That's why you can kind of interchange them as linebackers. But we only got Malik running back there as a 3, and he just hasn't been cutting it.
He's having a little off year, man. Passer rated when targeting Malik Hooker is 116. He do have an interception for the season. I don't know, maybe he had a slow start. I'm just gonna hold my hands up like this because here's my truths with this. He for damn sure better than what we used to have back there. But I know we can't use that as an excuse. Yeah, but I'm thankful of that. Though. We can't use that as an excuse. But he for damn sure better than what we used to have. But yeah. I'm following you though. Keep going.
We keep doing this basement bargain shopping. Shopping at the flea markets and everybody else at the Macy's and all the big name stores. We're getting these bargain basement people hoping that we get a good player out of it. That's just not going to cut it for a team that's trying to literally get to a Super Bowl. So what that tells me is that this ownership is fine with us being 12-5 and getting put out of the playoffs, real early. And that's I don't know what that is about Jerry other than that he on that wine.
Man,
You know, as far as,
and he ain't on that dollar store wine. He on that wine, and we ain't talking about box wine either. He on that good wine though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he on that good stuff, man. He on that good stuff.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
gonna tell you, your boy Mike McCarthy. You know, I have to agree with you. You got to let the man call his own plays. You got to be able to make him all his own fortune. You know, you can't bring the man in, you know, assign him a play caller, and then fire him saying you ain't cutting. No, you got to give him a chance, you know, make him all his own fortune. And right now, you know, he's not doing the greatest job, which you can also attribute to the fact that this is a new system for this team.
Yo.
You know, so you have to look at that. But his play calling is 1980s, 1990s style football. And that's not working in today's NFL.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, I don't really know what to say about his. He got to change some things, man. He really got to change some things. He's gonna be out of the door real quick.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say here, though, Illmatic, man, is that Cowboys gonna fall on the sword the way they do it. You know, he's Frank Sinatra. He's gonna say, "I did it my way," and
you're right about that.
That's just what it is. We as fans, like I was telling Natasha, is that we gonna yell, "Hey, throw it down low, man! Feed Shaq down low, man!" And even we were saying this because we die hard. Think about this, man. We haven't wavered. We haven't jumped ship. We was fans of this team, even with Dave Campo 3 years in a row, 5-11, 5-11. We didn't lose faith in this team, right? And then we saw Bill Parcells, and we saw my guy Wade Phillips in the house, man. Then we seen Jason Garrett for 13 years. Didn't know what to do. If he had Shaq, he would be trying to have Shaq at the three-point line, right? And we were like, hey, man, let's bring him down low, you know? And we just never had things to match over here. And now we finally get a coach who's been in the past 2 seasons, 12-5, 12-5. Some are still willing to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, bro. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. So all we can do is sit back and just be fans and root for this team. Jerry's not changing his mind.
Oh, man, he on the wine, man. You can't do anything about it, you know. You can't tell a wino anything. They think they already know.
Man, hello. Appreciate you for calling in, though, Illmatic, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir, brother.
Good call from him, man. My bad. I skipped over my guy, JT, man. You live now, man, from the 260. Talk to me, man.
Hey, can you hear me, Law?
Yup, I can hear you.
All right, so one thing I will say about this whole like free agency and all that situation is that I think what happens is that like because we got to understand that Stephen Jones for the most part is risk averse, and so that like big time splash move it's probably not going to happen. But like I think, and obviously Jerry believes in like internal growth, so like the big moves that some Cowboy fans are hoping for, I just don't think it's going to happen. Like, but we can still do a good job of, like, improving what we have because we still do have some young, good prospects, Law.
We do. I can't wait to look at Buddy Johnson tape, you know, today. As soon as we get off this phone, I'm burning up some Buddy Johnson film and seeing what he did for Texas A&M, who we just signed, you know, and seeing if he's a downhill thumper. Is he willing to go through A gap, B gap? Can he give us something if he ever name is called up? I heard that Eric, the tight end from Drake University, I heard that he's a bigger tight end. So maybe they out on Peyton Hendershot now. So I'm going to look these guys up. Do you know any of these guys, JT?
It's the first time I've heard of some of these guys, to be honest. But,
me too.
Hey man, sometimes that can happen like that.
Yeah. Element of surprise, man. You know, element of surprise. You know.
All right. So what? So another thing I wanted to address it, and I actually saw this, and some people are already talking about this, but like, why is it all of a sudden that like the opinion of Brock Purdy has changed like so drastically? And what I mean is, like when he went in and beat the Dallas Cowboys,
right?
Like that's when people really started saying that like Brock Purdy could be an elite quarterback. Now you look 2-3 weeks later, and like. Now people are saying that, like, the man, like, that has no help and all that stuff. Like, that's all I've heard, like, for the last, like, 24 hours is that you can't expect a quarterback to go out there and win by himself. But the problem the problem with that narrative, though, there's two problems. Number one, when Brock Purdy and the 49ers beat the Cowboys, there were people that were saying that, like, Brock Purdy head-to-head beat Dak Prescott.
Yep.
And so that's one problem, is that people said that, like, because Brock Purdy is outplayed and beat Dak, he's better than Dak, which, again, that's not football's a team sport, for one. But also, we can't keep moving the goalpost, Law. Like, if Brock Purdy is an elite quarterback, like, he's expected to elevate the guys around him, not be a product of what's around him.
No doubt. You know, sometimes, you know, when you take the makeup off and the wig off, she don't look the same. And I hate to use that as an analogy, though, by the way, but it just fits. So the Cowboys, when they look at Brock Purdy from the outside looking in, hey, everything looked beautiful. But then when the Cowboys saw what last night, Purdy is not all that without his starting left tackle, without, you know, some of the pieces with Debo and beyond. So, yeah, now he get exposed. So I'm looking at it like this, though. For every Brock Purdy is also the guy that the Rams had back in the days. You know, what's his name? Mark Bozier. You know, he looked good for 8, 9, 10 games, you know. And then all of a sudden he get hurt or something happened. And then they're like, damn, they wish they had Kurt Warner back, you know. So football is always a game that always people learning. They get more and more tape on you. They're taking things away. Now they're figuring you out. And now people can look at it like, hey, this dude that everybody said that Brock Purdy is, he ain't really that if you take this away. You know, if you pressure him in a certain way, he will give the ball up. So those are things that, you know, you look at now and say to yourself, hey, pump the brakes.
Yeah. And one other thing, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I think really what we have to do in the media, like as a general media public, we have to stop speaking with our emotions and like speak with like what we see on the field. And here's what I mean, because there's so much hate for the Dallas Cowboys, like wins against us are always blown up in a vacuum, like bigger than what they actually are.
True.
But on the flip side, the wins that we get against teams that may not be great or good or whatever, they're always minimized because something went wrong. Like, I'll give you an example. This is something I talked about the last time.
Right.
The Chargers. When they played the Chiefs, now 2 days ago, the narrative was that you beat this super talented team with a super talented quarterback. But if you go back and look at what the narrative was last week when we played the Chargers, the narrative was that the Dallas Cowboys barely squeaked by a team who has a horrible defense. But it's still the same horrible defense that that the Chiefs play. Like that's where I think like I said, like we got to stop speaking with like our emotions and like stop speaking on what we want and speak on like what the people need, Law.
No doubt, man. And what the team need and what the people need is we still need depth purposes, and that's what exactly the Cowboys did today. They went and solidified their depths, and some people know some Buddy Johnson films. They're saying that he's a thumper, he's a hard-hitting linebacker there, and I can't wait to look at the other pieces. We did talk about this just the other day, JT, about what Nate Newton said about the offensive line, right? If you're looking for an offensive lineman that can turn corners, you're not going to find a good one now. You know what I'm saying? But maybe you can leave no stone unturned and see if you can get someone who can push this offensive line. See if you can find a guy that's better than T.J. Bass. See if you can find a guy that can have the potentials to be better than Awesome Richards and Chuma Edoga. And that's what the Cowboys did. They did that playbook right there. Appreciate you, man. Anything else you got before I let you go?
Yeah, one more point, and this is my closing point. And this is actually just kind of like, I was dying laughing watching Undisputed because Undisputed actually guest hosted Shady McCoy for like a couple segments.
I saw that.
And something he said really had me like laugh on the floor when he said, because they were talking about how the Eagles acquired like Kevin Byard and all that stuff, and Skip started talking about how Kevin Byard picks off Dak a lot. Then Shady McCoy came in and said a comment of like, Cowboys fans should be used to a quarterback who's turnover prone. And I just started laughing like, dude, your quarterback this season literally leads the entire league in turnovers. Like,
Wow.
I just don't why would you say, like, and I get it, like, he's a
Right.
Cowboy hater, but, like, just the blatant irony and hypocrisy of that statement just had me, like, almost on a crying laughing, because I'm like, bro, the quarterback is literally cannot hold on to the ball, like, at all. Like,
No
he's
doubt.
literally averaging more than a turnover a game. Like, it just, no, you can't say that. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, look,
He-
sometimes you
he's
gotta,
being
like,
he's being carried, as they say, but they won't say it that way. I appreciate you,
yeah,
JT,
sure.
man. Sure,
Hey,
appreciate you,
salute to
bro.
you, Law. Good call.
Man, good call from you as well, man. That's JT, man. Always fair and balanced with his approach, and he's looking for reasons and ways where we can point out the inequality of the positions here as far as how the Cowboys are viewed juxtaposed to other teams. I got Jeremy, then I have Cowboy 92, and then I have somebody from the 857. These are the next three callers. 832, Jeremy, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. Talk to me.
Yo, what's up, Blow, man?
Hey, man, all is well, bro.
Man, with this team that we got going on, man, I'm kind of disappointed that I believe that we're not gonna make any free agent moves, like for us, like actual need that we have, like to give our quarterback some help.
To be fair, we got this week, and then we have a few days. So, is this the last week, right? When is the deadline?
The last day is Halloween.
Okay, so what's their philosophy is deadline makes what?
I mean,
that's their philosophy. Deadline make deals. They're gonna not pick up the phone. And if I'm Will McClay, right, and he said he loved his team, Will McClay gonna have to do some things outside of what Jerry Jones' principles are. Maybe he gonna have to, was it *68 or *6 something to private phone call somebody? Maybe he can privately call some of these teams and say, hey, man, this is the Cowboys, but not the Cowboys. We are thinking about Patrick Surtain in a Cowboys uniform. What are you guys, are willing to give us for him? Maybe we're gonna have to start operating that way. But go ahead.
I believe we just need to every loser team with their secondary, if they got a good cornerback, I think we need to call all of them so we can just move Bland back into the inside, because I don't know
True.
what they looking at that. Like with us losing Diggs, like that made our defense weaker. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Like our defense got worse with our Diggs.
It did collectively. It made us play differently because here's how I look at it. My guy, Bland, is a better tackler and faster and more physical than Jordan Lewis, right? And when you move him to the outside, you get some of those same qualities, right? But he is not as a good of a cover corner as Trayvon Diggs to certain degrees, right? But he's a better physical tackler, right? So the Cowboys were forced to play differently because you got a glaring hole now in the middle of your field because you don't have that 4.3 or 4.4 speed down inside with physicality. Now, I'm not saying that Jordan Lewis is garbage truck juice, right? But he's not to that degree of what Bland was giving us. So it's a drop-off. So the team played differently. And now you put more and more responsibilities even on the other end of it, Gilmore, who's not really that speedy guy that you used to have, that he used to be. And you're giving up some crossing plays where if he got inside leverage, normally my guy Bland would be there, or one of the safeties would have been there in the certain coverages. But we're not seeing that anymore due to the fact that Trayvon Diggs is no longer here until next year. And I agree with you.
And that's all I'm saying, like we could have been addressed that. We should have addressed that as soon as he got hurt during practice. Like that's a position of need we should address to keep our defense up to that same caliber of play. And then on offense, Gallup, he just got to sit down. To me, he done. I believe that injury that's sometimes, because, think about how we used to look at that injury that he had. Like, that used to be it for receivers. And I understand like medicine is what it is today or whatever.
Right.
But to me, I think that injury did him in.
It did.
Because he
Well, he
no
just
separation at all.
he's a half a step slower than what he used to be. And somebody could say he's a full step slower than
nice.
full step. I'm being generous, you know what I'm saying? Because I want my damn guy to show up this weekend, man. I'm hoping. That's all I can lean on right now. Hold on, pain is in it. HOPE. You know, that's all I can lean on right now. Because the Cowboys for sure are not finna move on from him. They're not finna say, okay, we're gonna trade him away. They don't like Gallup. They love him, right? He's a WLOG. So they're going to continue to throw it at him. They're going to continue to target him. He's going to continue to get plays over Turpin. He's going to continue to get plays over Jalen Tolbert. So that's just how it goes right now, bro. So all we can do is just sit back and just say, hey, we can hope that he get better. Just like what we can say about even the quarterback. There's no trade possibility with him. We just hope that the Cowboys allow his brother to just play freely. And is that measured conversation right there, Jay?
No, because like I don't have a problem with the quarterback that everybody has.
Oh, okay. You don't have but you see what I'm coming from with the quarterback situation.
I see where you coming from.
Yeah. Good.
From, but I don't have that problem because like I know he's not a carrier of a team, but I know if he have a lead route runner or somebody that can do those 50-50 balls in the red zone, like if we went and kick the tires and see what the Saints talking about with Michael Thomas, talking about a big red zone presence. Like we would have did something like that or whatever, but like just say like Gallup come around or whatever.
Correct.
His targets just need to go down. That's the case. Like a caller said earlier, his targets just need to go down. He can average 4 targets a game. That'll be good enough. Give cause CD, he need at least 12 targets a game.
True.
For us to be at that, to me, for us to win a Super Bowl with this team, he need 12 targets a game. I want him moving around. I want the ball in his hand every other play.
Amen. I got
That's
no
how I
rebuttal
wanna
to
see
that. Look. I'm gonna say this before I let you go, Jay. I'm gonna use the Eagles as an example. I don't think that they beat Miami if AJ didn't get the 15 targets. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They and he was 15. He was 10 for 15. They made sure to say, hey, yeah, they got another wide receiver that's a number 1 wide receiver for them out of the Roll Tide kid, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. But they said, you know what? They force feeding AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the difference maker. Look, football is a game of mismatches, right? A game of matches and mismatch. So if you focus in, I truly believe I would trust CeeDee Lamb this coming week versus any of their cornerbacks that's out there. But the Cowboys, Mike McCarthy got to believe that, and Dak Prescott got to believe that. Give him 12 to 15 targets like you just said, and we win this game. Because CD is going to make those particular plays. And when we start getting those roll coverages and things like that, let the dude name that's on the back of his jersey, Cook. Let him cook. And it's simple, but not complex. Cowboys like to make it complex. Appreciate you for calling in, Jay.
Yeah, but how about them Cowboys, man? We about to do this thing.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Yes, indeed. So that's what I believe, man. Do y'all believe the same thing, man? Look, Jerry, don't worry about what the price tag gonna be if you force feed CeeDee Lamb. I heard a press conference that they drew up 4 plays the entire game for CeeDee Lamb. I hope one day I'm gonna pull up that press conference. I'm gonna chop it up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. 4 plays? What we doing here, man? Man, no way you draw 4 plays for a guy like CeeDee Lamb. Oh man, we gave him 4 plays. No, heck nah. The minimum is 10. All right, I got 1992. You in the house, man? Talk to me, man. from the 954.
How you doing, Law? How you doing, Law?
Man, doing well, man. Doing well.
Man, I got the solution to the crazy problem over here in Dallas, man.
What is that?
I got the solution to it. Man, just pick up the phone, like you said, man.
Pick up the phone,
Pick up the phone. It's two players. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Derrick Henry first, because Derrick Henry, he upset, like how like we play the Niners and teams like that.
Yeah.
How they like to put 4 people on the line of scrimmage
Right.
and drop everybody back. I dare they do that.
dare them to
the
do it.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
I dare they do that crap to our Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. We'll eat them alive. And you can switch in and out him and Tony Pollard. The same concept from last year, how we had Zeke, but, Zeke a little ran down, We ran them down. But just imagine we got Derrick Henry back there going in and out with Tony Pollard and whoever. It's unstoppable. And plus, it'll take pressure off of Dak. Think about it. It'll take pressure off Dak. I don't care, man. Derrick, I give a 4th-round pick. I send a 4th over there to Tennessee. Or hell, a 3rd.
A 3rd.
A 3rd or a 4th.
Yeah. Because I don't think we got a 4th. We got a 4th sitting on the bench over there. His name is Trey Lance. But I'll say this, though. Cowboys gunshot. I heard somebody make the parallels of, hey, man, the Cowboy did that with what's the dude name back in the days that used to play for the doggone Titans? What's it got? Doggone name is at the tip of my tongue.
Number 28. You talking about Chris Johnson?
No. We didn't have him. I'm talking about the other guy, George. Dang, what's his name? Getting old over here. Eddie George. Remember him?
Eddie George.
Yeah. Look, they comparing doggone Henry to Eddie George. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's not gonna be that. Just because it's the same team, don't mean that it's gonna have the same results. I mean, right now, it's crazy, man. Derrick Henry right now is averaging 4.3 yards per tote. Per tote. So I'm looking at it like this right here, and that's with teams loading the boxes. That's everybody, mama, uncle, cousin is loaded box. They don't care about that quarterback over there throwing the ball deep or nothing, because they know it's Derrick Henry or bust, right? So if he's averaging that over there, you put him over here. That is what we dream. We want a loaded box. Man, we wanted a loaded box.
He averaged at least six carries or better if they try that crap.
I mean, get that man like body. Look. I can see right now. If they fool around, and have 6 or 7 or 8 guys inside the box. This Dak Prescott.
Yes! Here we go!
That joker gonna drop back and he gonna have one-on-one to the outside. Look, Dak gonna be like, wow, this 16 all over again.
That's gonna open up Dak, like you just said, 2016.
All over again.
And this will be a better version of Dak. And I have one more thing to say.
Go ahead.
Instead of we all concentrating on, because it's a far-fetched pipe dream. I want to see it, but we know it ain't gonna happen. We're not giving up 2 first-round picks, or hell, even another first-round pick for your boy that's over there in Denver. What's his name?
Surtain. Yeah.
Why not get on the phone and talk to the Saints and ask for Lattimore and give up if you want to give up your second round in like a trade, a second round in Gallup or something like that. It don't got to necessarily be Gallup, but a second round of players, something they need. They go get Lattimore over there. And you can have them two, him and think about the future with Diggs.
Oh my
move
God.
our boy Duran back to the slot, and we'd be unstoppable, man. I mean, that's something to think about.
Man, that would be too good of a dream right there. I know we talking fantasy. I know we talking about like the Cowboys, what they should do. But I got Marshawn Lattimore better than Patrick Surtain. You know what I'm saying? So you put Marshawn.
Okay.
Marshawn. He a dog. Marshawn Lattimore on his team, dog. And you put Diggs on the other side.
Yeah, well, the reason why I said that because he's 27 years old. And, your boy like 23, 24, something like that.
Yeah, younger.
So that's why I said it like that.
Yeah.
But if I'm Dallas, come on, you want to beat the 49ers. Let's be real now. We know we're going to face either 49ers or the Eagles. Hey, we ain't facing nobody else.
Right.
Only way it'd be some surprise crap is the Lions. And I'm not looking for. I think they're gonna end up folding at the end. But what I'm saying is, if we know if we're betting men that the last two teams gonna be standing, either gonna be Dallas or the Eagles or the 49ers. We know this. Everybody knows this. We know this. We know how this is gonna end. It's just that Dallas. What you want to do, Jerry? You want to keep on wasting time. Your clock running out. Everybody, not just your clock. Hell, my clock running out. Our clock. Everybody's clock is a line running out. And we tired of waiting, man. 28 years.
Man,
Come on,
Jerry got that doggone thing that I was talking about in the first part about 3 hours ago when we were doing this show. You know what I'm saying? He got that unlimited time.
Well, we got that Futurama time.
Yeah. Jerry already got another body he finna jump into, man. They already transferred all of his consciousness into a whole nother body. If you gonna be like, hey, wait a minute, that sound like Jerry. Wait a minute. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in, fam.
All right, and how about them Cowboy haters?
Yes,
and guess what, 49ers? I'm glad y'all lost.
You ain't lying. It helps us out. You know what I'm saying? We had some people that don't know how to fan, you know. Hey, the 49ers losing the other night, news flash, it helps us out. You know, the Lions losing, it helps us out. You know, the doggone Washington team losing, it helps us out. You know, I'm trying to get home field advantage. I'm trying to get things put into place that right now, if we just take care of business and do what we supposed to do, we will have that. You know what I'm saying? If we take care of business this week, if we take care of business on week 9, it just take care of itself. We'll be number 1 in our division. 2 games from here, you know? Some people are like, oh, no, why you shouldn't be talking bad about the 49ers. They beat us the last 2 times, and they embarrassed us, and we shouldn't be talking. We should be folded up like Wallace and put our heads in our shells. No. Football, baby. Because even if we were to beat the 49ers when we played them, they will be still talking with boldness, saying that, yeah, y'all might have beat us in the regular season, but what y'all gonna do in the postseason? You know, y'all some front runners, so y'all think y'all won the Super Bowl now. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. And as a content creator, I'm gonna talk my mouth. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I have no control of the outcome of the years of what the Cowboys do, by the way. So me talking don't have any control of the outcome of the game. So that's just what it is. All right, I got we down to 1, 2, 3 more callers, man. This line was longer than Shaq feet, but I try to give y'all long times on Tuesdays. 857, you in the mix. Talk to me.
What's going on, Law Nation?
Yeah, man, all is well.
Big brother?
Hey, man, all is well, bro. I can't complain.
The minister of this Dallas nation.
Appreciate you.
You know, I always appreciate you, brother. You always keep it real for us.
Appreciate it.
You know, fear the big, what I always say, brother. You know what I'm saying? Fear the big.
Beard to beard. Yes, indeed.
That's right. Yeah, man. Well, you know, Dallas doing their bargain
basement, bargain basement deals.
You know what I'm saying? I could dig it. But, you know, at the end of the day, I like the team that we have overall. You know, we're dealing with the little injury bug, and definitely, you know, Trayvon is a big hit. But at the end of the day, we are still in it. We are still in it 4-2. Got our bye week.
Yep.
Now we gotta come out with some juice. And hopefully, you know, they can pick it up where we left off. And you know, like you said, with your brother's team losing last night, that definitely helped us out. You know, that definitely helped us out. Pick up our spirits in the NFC.
It did.
You know, definitely.
Yep.
But those damn Shingles, though, man.
They didn't figure out ways to win. They still collectively, when we was doing our NFC East roundtable talk, we kind of had them right around here because we wasn't even looking at Miami Dolphins as who they are, right? You know what I'm saying, right now.
For sure.
So technically they haven't hit the toughest part or the roughest part of their schedule, but they have won some games that you would say, hey, you know what I'm saying? They didn't fool around and win a few games that they didn't supposed to win. But they won the games, and we can't take that away from them. And that's just what they is right now, 6-1, heading into November time. So it's still good. It's still good for them.
Oh, for sure. Like the brother Mark Holmes says, October is just a blur. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It gets real after Thanksgiving. That's when it gets real.
Yeah,
That's when the schedule gets real.
Yeah.
Yep. But hopefully we can pick it up. Pick up our feet from off the grass.
Right.
And pick up some wins and going into I believe we got Philly coming up. Was that week 9?
Yeah, week 9 we got them. Yep.
Yeah. So we got to smash and grab. I ain't gonna lie. We have to smash and grab in week 9.
We do.
You got to put that fist in their mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'll make them fall to their knees a whole lot faster than us or what have you. You know.
Oh, for sure, brother. And hopefully, Twin all right over there. Hopefully,
I'm gonna let him.
Drinking off that.
I'm gonna let him make it though. I'm gonna let him make it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Trust me, I seen him.
marinate.
I seen him after they lost to the Ravens in the Super Bowl. I seen him after they lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And he know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And plus, Coach Prime was his best when he was with us. That's when he was in his prime.
Yeah.
He was playing with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I said, it's football. You know what I mean? It's a week to week. It's a week to week league.
Yes, indeed, bro.
But always good tapping in with your big brother.
What's your name, man? Let me lock you in, man.
This is Dallas Dallas is real.
Dallas is real.
Dallas is real.
Dallas is real,
That's
man.
right.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Dallas is real. No problem, brother. You too. You take care of yourself. And how about those Cowboys?
How about them, man? How about them Cowboys? You know what I'm saying? All right, down to the last 3 callers, man. Ooh, wee. I've been giving y'all some extra overtime, man. It's been hit overtime. I try to go live for 2 hours, so we 25 minutes into OT. I got 251. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix? Talk to me. Man, I don't know what he doing over there, 251. Well, we down to the last 2 callers then. 971, you're live on the Nation.
Hello, it's 973.
Oh, no, it's my bad, 97. Man, look, man, I can't see today, man. Talk to me, man. Help a brother out.
I appreciate that, Law. First time caller. I know you're busy right now. You got a lot of calls right now, but I just want to say real quick. I agree with most of your callers, especially JT and Coach Marv and little bit Wonderground. But basically, I want to say I'm talking real fast because it's my first time on here.
Go ahead, take your time.
I just want us, the Cowboy fans, to slow down a little bit. Slow down. It's only the 6 games into this new offense, and Dak can play. With all that stuff they were talking last year about the interceptions, that's hogwash because all quarterbacks have bad games and all quarterbacks have bad years. The greatest ones, Joe, name the list. They all have bad years. Our problem is Dak is the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. So all the scrutiny is going to be on him. No matter what other quarterbacks do, they always going to compare Dak to the greats like Starback and Aikman, the ones that came before him.
True.
So I'm just going to skip over that because Dak is the man. He's going to be all right. But basically, like what I was just wanted to say real quick, it's like it's only 6 games and it's 49ers. They won a Super Bowl when they beat us. As you see, they done lost their last 2 games. So we can just they're going to lose some more games. They got to play the Eagles and they got to play teams that we played already. They got to play Baltimore. And that's going to be a hard game with Baltimore. And the Eagles, I really, really think the Eagles are going to get swept by us because the way the Jets beat them. Now, everybody said the Eagles haven't played their best game yet, but the Jets did something to the Eagles that nobody else did. They beat the Eagles up on their offensive line. The Jets' defensive line beat the Eagles up. Go back and watch that game. Jalen Hurts threw interceptions. He threw turnovers because he wasn't comfortable back there. And one thing about, what Jets get their defense, that's George Sauer. People don't want to give him his credit. I'm from New York, so I know how good the Jets defense is. If they had a quarterback, I picked the Jets and the Cowboys in the Super Bowl before Rodgers got hurt. So the Jets are good, and they're going to beat Miami twice. You watch that. Their nemesis is the Patriots. Belichick has something over there, but I don't want to talk about that stuff. I just want to thank you real quick. This is my first time, and How about the Cowboys, Law?
How about them, man? Appreciate you, man. Let's go, man. Appreciate you calling in. First time calling, man. Hey, what's your name, man? What's your name? I'll save you in here. I got your government name right here.
Let's call me Tim from Newark, New Jersey, the Bricks.
Tim from, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, appreciate you, man. Keep holding it down, man. We got the 903, and then we dive into those super chats, man. We got a lot of good super chats, too. I can't wait to jump over there. From the 903, you're live on The Nation.
What's up, Law? What's up, Nation? It's Blue Arlington. I ain't got my number blocked today.
Yeah, you don't got your number blocked. Let me save you in here, man. Hold on, bam. You ain't calling me from that trap phone. We need to hit my guy Will up with that number, *67, so we can start calling teams, What's up, Blue?
I know, right? Need to call Jerry Jones, let him know what's up. But I got a different take. What is Mike McCarthy's offense?
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me like it's built for the playoffs, but not so much for the regular season. Because, in the regular season, you call them whatever plays you gonna call. You got a big gigantic playbook. You want to do this, you want to do that. You're doing everything you can to get to the playoffs. You get to the playoffs,
right.
You condense your playbook down, and you start trying to execute more than running these flashy plays. It just seems like that's what's in the mindset of Mike McCarthy as far as calling his plays. But I don't know if it's a hot take or what. But
I don't like
that's
that
what it
take.
seems like.
I don't like that. You try to win every game you can, and I don't like saving it, in week 5 of the NFL. and I get it. I gave us a mulligan, a little bit quasi mulligan on the Cardinals week because Trayvon Diggs went down on that Thursday or that Friday, right? And we couldn't just rip Band-Aid off and just go make a trade that day, because they was in the process. I think it happened on a Friday. It was in the process of getting ready for the Cards. And then the very next game after that debacle, we end up playing good against the Patriots. And I gave people the speech of, hey, let's not fold up against X, Y, and Z. Let's go out there and give them our all, give them our best. And we put 30. What the final score was, 38-3, right?
Yeah.
And now here's how crazy it is though, Blue. When we beat the Patriots trash, right? And then but they gave fits. They gave fits to the Eagles, right? Who's 6-1 right now. It took them some miracle plays to win that game. No offense to y'all Eagle fans that's watching right now, but that's me spitting the truth. And then now the Patriots, they beat the Bills. So who are the Patriots?
Think about the Jets though.
Yeah. The Jets.
They hype the Jets up. Look at this defense. This defense built for the playoffs.
They
play us. Oh, they don't have Aaron Rodgers now. That's why blah, blah, blah. They got the same team. Then they go knock off the Eagles team. They back being that same team they was from week 1.
Week 1, right. So we live in this weird world, man, that it's not any given Sunday unless the Cowboys play a team. We don't want a team that can't lose, right? Because when we lose, it's like the end of the world. It's like everybody want to fire this guy, cut this guy. It's Law Nation fault. It's my guy, Boss Cowboys, Big Game James fault. It's Voch Lombardi fault. I'm like, look, man, we just calling what we were saying.
Waterboy fault.
It's Waterboy fault. See, I told y'all gonna lose. Like it's those type of things. And when we call out things that we would like to see on this team, that we would love for the team to do, it's not that we lost our fandom or support of the team. It's just that we want things to be better. And I think that, like what you're saying with the Cowboys holding back plays, they better not. They better be trying to put out as many plays they can.
McCarthy said as much. 3 weeks ago, he said as much about him calling them plays like that.
Right.
And he might have don't want to show all his whole hand. I'm pulling the whole playbook. I don't care what they see.
Right.
You good at something, what you always say, stop it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it do seem like he kind of is condensing the playbook down in a way because before, like you said with Kellen had that thing wide open. If Kellen's going to score 60, he was going to score 60. He didn't care. But like you say, McCarthy's more methodical in what he does.
Yeah.
He wants to slow it down so the defense has a chance to take a rest, then come on the field, play a little bit more high effort.
Yeah.
But even we've seen Dallas go down the field, have like 12-play drive, right? Defense get out there,
Yeah.
and they go down the field too, 15-play drive, whatever.
True.
I mean, that don't always translate. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't stop somebody, you can't stop somebody. Well, if you held the ball for 35 minutes of the game and they still scoring in every opportunity they got when they got the ball, like, that's just the way football works.
It is.
It ain't going to always work the way you want it to work. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, you 1,000,000% right, Blue. You know, so, you know, heading into this week, man, versus the Rams, I'm looking for the Cowboys to do the exact same thing they did the last time to the Rams. You know, put pressure up front and run the ball to open up the pass, and we should be victorious if we force them to be one-dimensional. We won't be victorious if we don't stop that run and have Stafford to play off a play action to get that ball out to a guy named Puka and Tutu and Pikachu and doggone Cooper Cup. You know what I'm saying? He got some weapons now.
Yeah.
They getting healthy at the right time. So at the end of the day, it should be a great game. You know, it should be one of those games that must see TV. It shouldn't be one of those boring games. But we're gonna have to figure things out and just punch the Rams in the mouth and take care of business in this game.
That's true. But question: do you think Pollard's right? It seems like, I know I heard y'all talking about it earlier. One of the callers, like, it seemed like Pollard lost a step since his injury. He still don't seem right. Like, that breakaway speed he used to have, I don't see that dynamic breakaway speed no more like he had in previous years. I don't know if because he's the lead back or because he's injured or both. But he surely would have never got caught by Junior last game. Like, you would have never seen him get caught like that.
Right.
I don't know, man. Something seemed a little different about him.
Man, if people look at Pollard and say he's the same, then those people just not watching the game. He's not 2 steps slower. He's just a half of a step slower than what he used to be, and we got to give him a little grace because when you break bones and stuff like that, you know. Look, I cut the grass the other day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not in my 20s no more. That was 20 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I get out of bed a little slower. You know what I'm saying? So people fail to realize, yes, Father Time is undefeated, but, hey, when you playing a collision type of sport, there's going to be some little micro regressions, and it's micro at this point. He may just very so be back on page next year, though, but not this year.
We know that.
Yeah,
we know Pollard ain't 100%. We know he ain't 100%, but why not put him more on the edge where he can kind of utilize what he do best more than running him in between the tackles? You know what I mean? Like,
that I do agree. Yeah, Blue. That I agree.
Correction plays,
yeah.
Toss plays, read options, something. Get them to the edge. I don't care what it is. Like more motions or something like that. We need to be calling plays that utilize the players' talents, what they're best at. Like CeeDee Lamb. There ain't no way Gallup. No offense to Gallup, even a healthy Gallup. There ain't no way Gallup should be getting more targets than CeeDee Lamb, unless, like you said, it's another motive to that. Contract year coming up, all this stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not getting many touches that he should because of that. But I'm saying they should be running plays specifically for CeeDee Lamb. They should be motioning him more. They should get him the ball 20-some times a game. Like, he literally should be getting between 15 and 20 touches a game. I don't care what they got to do, feed him the rock.
Yeah. That's my cap right there for like 14. I said 14 to 18 touches, right? And use them on the outside. Yeah. And if we can split them, you know, get Rico involved a little bit. It don't have to be straight series. Sprinkle this stuff in there, you know. Let Rico plow it inside, and then give Rico some touches on the outside as well. Both of those guys are considered lightning. I don't give a dog what anybody say. Well, Rico, he runs with an authority. When he hits somebody, they ain't going, you know what I'm saying? They may go like, all right, he kind of ran us into them, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't like them licks kind of like, oh, man, he's wearing down the opposing team. It's not like that, right? So what we were saying is that we want a back that when they hit that linebacker, he's like the next time, like, which one of y'all hit me, dog? I want to see the linebacker now trying to go low at the legs, you know what I'm saying? These boys all through the quarter still going high. because these guys are not being worn down. We seen that a little bit with Zeke last year in that Lions game, right? Zeke kind of wore them guys down so much, they saw us saying, man, look, we're going to go low. You know, Zeke hopped over a guy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying bring back Zeke, but bring back the mindset and the mentality, and we all can see that out there on the field.
Yeah, that's true. And Rico ain't no small back, though. I think he's, about 215, 220?
Yeah, he's 250. He ain't do 225, 230 like my guy Zeke was. You know what I'm saying? Over here, you know. Yeah. Those licks. Look, all I'm going to say is I sat right beside Rico. He ain't no swole big dude that you can say, man, he's putting the bruising and the punishment out there. He's not like a Pacheco style of runner. Pacheco's a little bit more, in other words, a little bit more solid. You know what I'm saying? So those weight distribution is a little bit different in my opinion. You know, and Pacheco, of course, he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. But what I'm saying is that Rico do have the mindset to run with authority. But, you know, it's not the same. In my opinion, I could be 1,000,000% wrong, but he's not a bruising type of back.
He's a little different. He kind of in between them. But you got Mike Allstott, you know, Jr. on the roster there. So, I mean,
give him a chance.
You could switch it up if you wanted to. You know, if you wanted to switch it up, you could switch it up. You need to be a little bit more creative when we get in the red zone with those bigger backs. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of plays you can call in the red zone. I mean, especially anything 5 and under. Like, it's a lot of things you can call, but all this fancy stuff, man, let's get past that fancy stuff. And you know what you need to do in the red zone. They need to put more onus on them offensive linemen, man, and blow somebody off the ball once you get into the red zone. And whatever they doing is not working.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, Blue, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for calling in, bro.
All right, man. I'm Billy.
Yes, indeed. That's from the 903, man, Blue. All right, let's get to these super chats, man. I appreciate everybody for jumping in. Let's bounce off of these super chats. Thank you, everybody, for calling in and being those great supporters. I appreciate people we still live on the Instagram. I don't know how to turn that off. But we gonna rock with what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everybody for being part of these type of exercises over here. Let's jump in over here on the people that gave support via the super chat, and I thank y'all so much for that, man. Especially those who been rocking with me. Come on, get the right screen. There we go. All right. The name is Law Nation, and we talk Cowboys football and beyond. Brandy, she says WLOG, no moves, it equals no moves to be made. I feel you on that, Brandy. We don't have a Jason Witten in this shows. I think I read that, Trent. Appreciate you. Amp says we got McDonald's at the house. Yes, indeed. And I think that we left off on that part of the super chat. Yes, we got McDonald's at the house. Y'all know whoever been riding with moms and thems and you saying, hey, you know, there go Chili's. Mom, there go Chili's right there. You know, Applebee's. You know, we got McDonald's on the way. You know what I'm saying? Patrice says, hey, Law, love, however it goes, we are down for them boys. Let's go, man. Let's go. In my Michael Parsons voice, I got you. We are them boys. We are down for the boys, you know.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
And I think I forgot to say this yesterday. I saw it while I was watching my own show on Rewind. Shout out to Rewind Gang. It's happy birthday for Gina. So if y'all can put some hearts, some blue and silver hearts in the chat, and tell Gina happy birthday. That'll mean the world to me. So happy birthday to Gina. Appreciate you and much love to you. We got 55 with the $10 super chat. 55 says your DC content keeps hope alive for number 7 Super Bowl. Come on, baby. Yes, indeed. The number 7 Super Bowl. So you skipping past 6? Hey, I'll take 7. I'll take both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go, man!
Let's go.
Let's go!
Yes, indeed. V with the $5 super chat. I thank you so much. Regardless, it's Super Bowl or bust. Go Cowboys. And normally I say he ain't lying, but it's a lady, so we ain't going to put he ain't lying. But, hey.
Look at this, Law.
Yes, it's Super Bowl or bust. Shout out to you. Much love. Sydney Jones says Miami's schedule was soft, and it showed. Miami, you ain't lying on that Miami schedule. So I think that they haven't beaten a team that's above 500 yet, or some crazy number like that. Who have they played? So it just goes to show you that any given Sunday, and Miami, I'm not going to take that away from them, because I've seen with my natural eyes the Patriots got a chance to play the Miami Dolphins twice a year, the Jets twice a year, the Bills twice a year, and those were like warm-up games for those boys, because they definitely wasn't a good team during that time frame. And by the time Tom Brady get into rhythm and everything, they already in the doggone postseason. So yeah, sometimes you blessed for playing in a susp division. You know what I'm saying? All right, I got Double Law. Appreciate you for the $2 super chat. Salute to you, Law, and Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Let's go.
He ain't lying.
Let's go. Appreciate you. Rich Coleman with the $1.99 super chat. Hey, Law, is there a trade deadline or the draft? Hey, Law, let me read this correctly. Make sure my hooked on phonic eyes are working. Hey, Law, is this the trade deadline or the draft? Oh, is this the trade deadline? Well, the trade deadline is on Halloween. And the draft time for your mind is next year, but player evaluation is 365. If anybody get grace and mercy for undrafted free agencies, would be the Cowboys. Would be the Cowboys. You know, we got a good history of those type of things. Too Cool with the $20 super chat. My goodness, man, I appreciate you so much for your support. Let me give you another one of these, man. $20. $20 on the big boy sides of things. All right, 49ers made CMC move. Look at the rewards that they receive. Cowboys, too complacent, need to make a move. Get a legit tight end. Henry and Pitts would be lovely. Okay, so is that the Henry for the Patriots, right? And Kyle Pitts would be lovely. Instant Super Bowl expectation. Jerry need to make a move. FBI, open up! We gonna open up because, you know, Jerry.
I want me some glory hole.
Jerry want the glory, but he ain't willing to go down there and pay for it, right? He wanted for free $99. So I would tell you this, you know, you can't get that without paying for it, Jerry. And I hope the kids are sleeping right now, well, at school. But I'm going to tell you right now that when the 49ers made that acquisition to go get CMC last year, it opened up the positive vibes and the flow for Brock Purdy to do the things that he's doing now, right? And even though you look at it about the last two games or what have you, you can literally say the last game, without CMC, maybe, just maybe, they lose by double digits, right? CMC is a force multiplier. So if the Cowboys can go out there, get somebody to help this quarterback out, man, then lo and behold, the quarterback going to get the credit. Rightfully so. It's a team sport, and we need more pieces. I don't want to hear people say, "No, we good with what we got." My guy Jeffrey for the $1.99 for your mind says, Buddy Johnson is a good tackler. Got some thump to him. Yeah. We looking for that to play dividends. Boy, we've been live for 2 hours and 47 minutes, man. We trying to get it out of here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We still rocking, though. I got three more super chats. I appreciate y'all. Alpha Red, appreciate you for your support. He says, with Dak, we got to be able to run the ball offensively and stop the run defensively. Appreciate you for the $10 super chat.
Sacrifice.
You gonna have to sacrifice something, right? So if your progressions is, right to left, everybody read from high to low, and if 1 and 2, if your 2 reads are up, tuck it and run. Get something positive out of it. Get that ball out of your hand. Don't hold it for your third or fourth read. I heard Big Nate Newton say that, on the last time he was talking on a podcast. He said, hey, some people look at two-read quarterbacks as a horrible thing. And he gave a list of how many really 3 to 4 read progression type of quarterbacks out there. And he said there's really probably 1 or 2 in the entire NFL. And then you got some people that can go through multiple reads, but they may not have the arm, or you got some people that can go through multiple reads and they may not even have the mind to understand what they're looking. So being a two-read quarterback, make it simple, utilize what you can, get what you can, and keep it rocking. Those are positive things that the Cowboys can do in order to get a win. Branday says, I asked my dad, who are these guys? And he said, who? You talking about the people that we picked up. Yes, indeed. That sniper game. Branday, we appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. CK for the $1.99 for your mind says, same with KC. They haven't played anyone either. Yes, indeed. That's a good observation there. KC got Taylor Swift, the Swifties on their side. Yes, indeed. And I heard the Swifties, they're aggressive. They're aggressive. And you call them out, shoot, they'll come knocking at your door. And if y'all don't think those aficionados, you know what I'm saying, don't have some Swifties in their family, I got another one for you. You know what I'm saying? Sheila Neal, appreciate you for the 24-month at silver level. We appreciate you. We got nothing but love for you. Thank you so much. Give you some 100s there. Thank everybody for tuning in to the nation. I always like to do this on my way out, and I really appreciate everybody for being part of it. Let me just go over this one more time. The Cowboys have signed Eric Shorbert. I think that's how you say that man's name. Drake University, 2017, 5th-round draft pick. 17 was many moons ago. And they got Buddy Johnson from Texas A&M, 2021's 4th-round draft pick. Chris Glazer from Virginia. And then we picked up a guard from, I forgot what school he went to, but Adam Pankey. And that's his name there, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. And he's from West Virginia. Let me see some fire in the chat on my way out. I thank y'all so much for tuning in to the nation and for the nation. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Days of us not knowing the future. Us not knowing what's going to be happening around the corner. But I'm going to tell you, one way or another, if the Cowboys continue to play their caliber and brand of football, if we lean on a little hope that these guys right now can stay healthy, it will be endless opportunities for this team to go far. Endless chances for this team to make something happen. There are 3 types of people on this world or in this world. Write this down. There's someone to go out there and make something happen, or someone to watch things happen, and someone to say, hey, what just happened? Who are you? Are you a watcher? Huh? Are you a person to say, hey, what just happened? Or are you a person that go out there and make things happen? I'm telling you right now, be the people that go out there and make something happen. Don't wait for it. Tomorrow is not promised. Some people think that they have a lot of time left on their clock. We can be gone today. One phone call can change your mind right now. One reckless person on the road can destroy everything that you thought that you had for you. So why not go out there and make something happen? Why not go out there and do the things that you say that you can do and that you have the ability to do? The Dallas Cowboys, we've been so close but no cigar. We've been so close. Don't allow the excuses to be at your front door. It will be there waiting for you with a 3-piece suit, nice hairline and everything. Hello, who's there? Oh, that's just the excuse. What is the excuse this time? But what you can do is see down the line and say, hey, This guy been making mistakes. This guy have been showing that he's not willing to give 100% in practice. And I don't even want that. I want 110. So you got to figure things out. I looked at us as the villains. They wish to cure us. They tell us all the time, we've been crying for 27 years. We won't be able to make it. Why? Because we talked about it all the time. We in the news, the 4-letter, 3-letter networks. They can't pay their bills without us. So we got to continue to grind and shine. I got the wrong outro music, but we finna fix it right now. Here go my outro music. Here we go. I thought that was the... Yes, indeed. Now I'm back cooking, baby. So as this new outro music is hitting us, I want to tell you guys right now that at the end of the day, concentrate and focus on the things that you can do. As fans, we may not can change the outcome of the play. I heard somebody say, hey, we can hit Jerry Jones where it hurt, not go to the game. Well, I'm going to tell you, that's not going to work. They are 4 to 10 years ahead of us. TV contracts is $111 billion. That's just for Amazon Prime for your mind. And even if you stop buying merch, you're only hurting the independent merchandisers that's selling the merch. There's a store all throughout Dallas that sell merchandise. If you stop selling that, you're only hurting those people. Why? They got to buy in to even sell those products. So you only putting them out of business. The NFL is making hand over fist on money and in the income. It's a recession-proof business. So all we can do is try to apply pressure with our voices. My guy, Boss Cowboys Sports says your voice matters. We'll keep calling them out, even though they might try to shun you and shut you out. Keep in mind, a third of the Cowboy Nation, we were fans before Jerry Jones even knew about the Cowboys or bought the Cowboys. He was trying to buy the Chargers. That's a better way to say it, because he's way older than I am. So we got to continue to let people know. I had multiple people say, who are you? Who do you think you are? To give us information on the Cowboys. Only gonna trust the trusted sources, like XYZ media member. We'll go to them. But you're here watching. And even if you don't like law, I'm gonna spit my mind. I'm gonna spit my truths. And it's quite strange to me that there's over 19 million impressions a month. 3 to 4 million views. Ask them, are they getting those type of views and those type of clicks independently? So I know I'm telling some type of person the truth, and people want to hear what I got to say. Write these things down. My mom always wanted me to say this at the end of every speech or at the end of every video. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, or famish or fame, or sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, when they ask, who are you? It doesn't matter if you don't know me. If you don't know me by now, then you will never know the truth and the honest and the straight realness of the Cowboys reports. Because I'm going to get it out of the mud. I was there at practice. I'm there looking at film. We breaking down tape. We're not giving you wee-woo analysis. We're giving you heart, soul, and sinew. There's not a person on this planet that can spit like me. There's not a person on the planet that can grow a beard like me outside of Twin. But the way I walk with authority, I speak these things because I know it's true. There's oftentimes people will try to do the things that I do, but they can't come close to this. And I'm not new to this, baby. I've been here before, and I've done that. Yes, indeed. Used to beat it up, baby. Yeah, let's go. Just playing with y'all. I hope you guys had a great time today. Be sure to hit that like, share that. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sport Talk and beyond. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And let them know.
Ted! What is your profession? This is Sparta!
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Until next time, one love, baby. Let's go.
Damn!
Damn! Let's go.
Whoa. Give me my thing, you.
Let's get it. Come on. Let go, baby. All we want to do is run it up, baby. That's all I want to do, baby. Until next time, roll those credits. 3 hours, baby, with no commercials. Outside of the YouTube, start throwing commercials in there, unfortunately. Shout out to you, Gina. Happy birthday to all. Appreciate everybody for being part of this. Come on. Shout out to Angry Cowboy, James Simmons. Appreciate you. Sheila. Oh, Sheila. Come on. Appreciate you. Jay Versick. Lord Nova. Appreciate you. Glenn Capers. Hey, come on. Shout out to you, Shay. Thank you for the support. Brandy, Patrice, 55VRR, and Rich Coleman. Too cool. Not for school, though, right? Jeff, Alfred, CK. We grinding, baby. Come on. Let me check in on my guy, Twin Maker. Hush, hush. Appreciate you, man. That's my brother right there. Until next time, DC for life. Salute. Come on. I've been really in the field. Lately. Come on. We up out of here. One love. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Where my dogs at? Come on. Kinda check us on. I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Hey, here we go right here, baby. Hey, come on. Riggs, I'm getting too old for this, Riggs.
I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone.
I want me some glory hole.
I've been really in the field. Let her rush, I let her feel lately. I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take
Until next time, DC for life, not for short. Come on.
Kinda check us on.